Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a magnificent Monday night, and we got so much to talk about, so much to get into, but it's the season premiere of WWE RAW tonight. We will be here for 3+ hours, so strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel-good, and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream. We are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Ready for WWE RAW tonight. The first hour is commercial free. So get in that chat, click all the buttons, hit all the likes, subscribe. And if you want to be a friend, tell a friend, grab that share and share it with the world, because it's going to be a party here tonight. We want to see triple digits in that chat. But me and that pretty face next to me have so much to talk about, so much to get into off the heels of what was a crazy weekend and a crazy week ahead. But it's going to be a fun one. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be live tonight, and Bret Hart will be on the show. So, folks, without further ado, I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and so, what do you want to talk about?
All right, this is, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight, and there is so much to unpack. But let's quickly start about the show tonight, and then we're going to get into some of the side stuff. The IWC, a buzz from All Out this weekend. Lots of things going on, petitions and anger and Fox shows and rumors and bad ratings and everything in between. But we're looking forward to it. We're going to dive into it. We're going to talk a lot about it, and we can't wait. But tonight, like I said, first hour commercial free. The show kicks off. If the show is kicking off with an 8-person street fight, what do they have in store for the other bit of the show? It's going to be insane here tonight. As we mentioned, the street fight will kick it off. Bret Hart's going to be in action. Gunther's scheduled to be here. Drew McIntyre is going to kick Bret Hart in the chest because of CM Punk's love for Bret Hart. That's my theory.
Maybe that's not a bad shout. I've heard the rumor going around that Bret will endorse Sami Zayn, and then that'll end up with a Bret Gunther segment, because I feel like at Bad Blood or around then we're starting to set up for Sami versus Gunther, because you had him come out and kind of call him out, what have you. So okay. Canadian, but I don't mind your idea. Okay. I don't know if Bret Hart's akin to taking boots to faces, especially after Goldberg.
He can take one. He took
one, and that ended the shit. That's the thing. He took one.
You can't. He's already there. But folks, we do see that chat filling up. Get in there. We will do roll call and touch on your questions as we got time to kill before the start of this show. We are your pre-show. We are the channel that is more unscripted, more unorganized, more uncensored than any other show out there. And I can take that to the bank. And you find anyone else that thinks otherwise, send them our way. We can have a little chat about it. But we also get Dom taking on Dragon Lee. An interesting match. We'll see how that plays into everything else. Not really sure where they're going to go with this one. Running back the tag champs. I like this. Another chance.
Do you like it, or is it weird that we're running back the same match?
No, I'm okay with it. I think they've done well with actually creating like a bit of a rivalry in the tag division. Like, again, people don't, they're doing it again, but they're actually creating rivals. It's starting to feel like the Red Sox Yankees, where they're going back and forth. I'm putting my money.
The Red Sox Yankees don't play each other every fucking week. They split other teams in between it too.
A lot. But yeah, no, I'm good with it. I like it. I like that they're actually trying to build some type of heat between multiple teams in this division. I mean, again, it's not the deepest of divisions, and maybe that's partly why it feels the way it does. But at the end of the day, I think I'm all okay with this, and I kind of want them to win it back.
I was going to say, so you think title change?
Yeah, let's go. Fuck it. Let's bounce it around. This one's very interesting. Zelina, and Lyra Valkyria need a special partner to take on PFC. But we will see how this goes. My guess for the mystery. Do you have one?
I have one 100%, and it's going to pop everybody thinking it's Bret Hart's music coming out when instead it's Natalya coming out.
He's a good one. I want Trish. Let's go, Trish. Where's my buddy?
Oh, you're going to, okay, you outdid me. I just took Calgary, Hart family. You just went Canada and pop ratings.
We got to go the Canadian go-triss of the world.
You just want to see Trish on your screen. Just be honest.
I don't think I'm the only one. So yeah, we are definitely looking forward to it. But the Fatal 4-Way for the IC #1 contendership, who will fight Braun Breaker at Bad Blood? It's a lot of B's.
So that has to main event tonight if the 8-man match is opening the show, because I thought that would have made an event. Because
me too.
Interesting how you follow it up, and is it also interesting that there's no female in the match yet? Ivy Nile is on the other side.
Yes. Well, again, it was weird that she's not that Nikki's not on the graphic, but again, very interesting. And then the big question, like, I mean, it's a street fight. There's no rules, so I guess American Alpha could potentially be outnumbered in this dynamic. So a very intriguing angle going into this whole situation. But again, commercial-free street fight to kick off the show. And in a world where we've seen a lot of aggression, a lot of violence as of late, this one's going to be no different, I hope, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it in a big way.
Could you see a return in this match for a female competitor on the Wyatt 6 side?
Alexa Bliss.
That's why if they were going to do anything, in a hell of a way to start off the show, on top of everything, commercial break. So now you're calling your friends. Tune the fuck in. Alexa Bliss is on your screen.
Yeah, no, let's go. That'd
be interesting as hell. Probably a full-brained idea, but interesting.
Absolutely. But, folks, like I said, we got lots to talk about. We will get to that chat in a few minutes. Nick, where do you want to go with this? I mean, Kiana James, a little bit of clickbait about Kiana James circling the internet today. Removed from the active roster. She was moved to the miscellaneous roster. A lot of people act like she was released from the company. She has not. She was moved to miscellaneous. I had heard through the grapevine that she's still nursing an injury. Some other people speculated different things. But as it stands right now, she's still employed by the WWE. Part of me wondered if they would try and move Kiana James into like the old Sonya role, like a GM assistant kind of thing. Because she did kind of have that business lady thing going on in NXT. But yeah, very, very interesting with that. But yeah, all right. You want to get into you back?
Am I good?
You're good. Yeah, you're back. But yeah, I mean, again, the hot topic right now, Nick, across the internet is what happened to AEW All Out. We're going to talk about that quickly and dive into all that excitement. But the internet has been ablaze, and I don't know if all publicity is good publicity. There is a petition going around to get rid of it.
That's a bit much.
Yes. My thought on the petition is shut the fuck up. It's ridiculous. Again, and if you're out there trying to get shit canceled, get a life. But again, was it egregious? Was it stupid? Was it not planned out very well? Was it part of a really uneventful match that just had a few kind of holy shit things? 100%. Should they be banned for life? No. Should they be smarter? Yes. But the petition's stupid. If you signed the petition, I don't know why you did it. If you started the petition, I don't know what you're thinking. Again, it's not what we want. Again, but we did talk about this as far as they could upset sponsors. They struggle to get sponsors as it is. They could upset, they're working on a deal. Rumor about Fox has just popped up.
We can talk about the whole Fox thing either now or at another time, because that is just laughable at this point that someone actually thinks that could be a thing. The same company that was blacking out Dwayne, cutting a promo, building up to WrestleMania and everything like that, because he said the word shit, is going to allow the same company that just did what we saw at All Out, which we're all for hardcore wrestling. We sat there and we watched GCW constantly and everything like that. We were literally planning earlier today of when we were going to watch our next GCW, do a next GCW live stream and everything. And so it's not, I'm faint of heart with it. Oh, it's too violent and anything. It just was fucking pointless. It was pointless and it was embarrassing. And that's the shit that wrestling fans, when someone comes in the room and says, oh, you like wrestling, and this is the shit that always happens to be on screen, because there was no goddamn reason for anything like that. Yes, there's going to be a lot of yelling and cursive right now. There was no fucking reason for him to do anything like that. And then the chair spot afterwards was just extra goddamn egregious. There was no point in that. That was a match. The Texas Death Match was tenfold better than that, and that was the more violent of the two matches. This was just fucking stupid and just ridiculous to do, and that's not even talking about the whole fucking Moxley spot.
Yeah, and again, like you said, it was a rhyme and reason. We watch a lot of death matches. We've seen a lot of broken bulbs and bloody people and huge spots, all within the confines of a match. This was very much, okay, you do something. The ending of the match was flat. The ending of the match was boring. We sat here for 6 hours, and we were thoroughly unimpressed with a lot of it. The angle with Moxley was good. You didn't have to put the bag over his head. Again, if you're trying to send shockwaves, well, then there you go. You did it, but are you doing it in the right ways? Are you going over the top because you don't know how to be more creative? Are you going over the top because you don't have the sensibility to go, I don't know how people are going to feel about this?
Everything that you gained or would have gained with that, you have also pushed the same amount of people away and everything like that. Like Christ, we have Anthony, the three-headed monster of this channel, and everything like that. That literally told us of pretty much around that point is when he just turned everything off, because he was so just disgusted with it. And I get it. And some aren't akin to that and everything, but that's the thing is you've pissed away any sort of TV deal. You've probably pissed off every advertiser that you had, because you literally can't even show the footage. And I get, if you want to push the edge and you want to be edgy, cool. But you're not going to be a major 2 company in the US being edgy and being fucking that, avant-garde and pushing the fucking limits and shit.
Well, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the indie like complete alternative that isn't the number 2 competing brand? Or do you want to be the number 2 competing brand? That's the 2 choices. You can't have both ways. If you want to push the envelope into the indie GCW deathmatch realm, then you're not going to be what you say you want to be. You take yourself out of that equation. And again, there's a rhyme and reason. Now, I'm going to make it clear for the fans out there, very clear. Looking backwards at what happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, makes no fucking sense. Now, let's put this in sports context. There are people out there, I said it to you before we went live. I got Ray Lewis. In hockey, there was a guy named Scott Stevens. He used to explode guys. There's some of the best hit highlights ever. Those are now deemed suspendable hits. If Scott Stevens played in the NHL now, he would be done for life. You can't hit the way you used to hit, because we learned drilling somebody in the head with a shoulder could end their career, could have long-term effects, could mentally affect them forever. So everybody out there, I saw a lot of this over the last 2 days, but they used to, so what? We used to do a lot of stupid shit. Do you still put asbestos in your fucking house? Like, what? You change, you learn, you grow, we get better, we get smarter. And to me, it was a gimmick chair. You and I said it. We were watching live. That shit echoed. Gimmick or not, it doesn't feel good.
No, 100%. A row was such a clatter because Swerve's brains got scrambled. And now, though, too, following up on that of he's taking time off. MJF is taking time off, who just came back. So, but yeah, it's doing shit just to do shit. Like, and that's the thing is, yes, for every moment in the Attitude Era, there was some shit that wasn't fucking great or whatever. But 95% of that shit was still conveying a story, what have you. And again, like you said, Ray Lewis across the middle is completely illegal in the NFL today. 100%. And there's a reason, because guys like Chris Nowinski and everything like that have done enough research and progressed that and kept athletes now to where you can still see, like Roman Reigns is talking about going till he's like 45 and shit like that, because shit like that, the health implications and everything exist. And that's not saying, oh, don't do hardcore spots, don't do none of that. You sat there and were praising the Chicago street fight of the 2 women. And so that was the second best match on the card. Granted, Pac versus Ospreay, 100%
murder.
Run away with that fucking that match, that card, everything. And it sucks that no one's talking about that. They're all talking about the fucking syringe. They're talking about a bag on somebody's head versus one of the best matches that we've seen in recent memory.
100%. And I mean, I think that's part of the dilemma is, and for anybody out there listening that goes, oh, they just hate AEW and they didn't. No, we literally sat here and praised the fuck out of the best match. The match that didn't have blood, the match that didn't have guts, the match that didn't have needles and plastic bags and chairs, the match that just cooked. That's the match that got the most love from you and I. We are wrestling fans. And again, if you had a rhyme or reason to make those spots make sense, fine. But Swerve just on his knees in the middle of the ring, like Passion of the fucking Swerve, with his arms out wide and a needle in his cheek and eating a chair shot. On top of that, how do you get a referee stoppage in an unsanctioned match? Stupid shit. Mistakes. And again, if you're going to do it, you fucking do it well. And you tie up your loose ends. But again, you're not thinking smart. You just think, oh my God, people are going to freak out when they see this. And they did. But it could negatively affect the company long term.
Oh, I think it 100% will. We already don't have a deal lined up with Warner Discovery. And now there's the whole idea about Fox and everything, which again, to me, is laughable at this point. It is absolutely laughable. That I saw somebody that this was from SRS mentioned on one of his Q&A streams or whatever. He heard whispers, then Ringside News ran with it, and then Sportskeeda fucking ran with it and all of that. And it was just clickbait on clickbait on clickbait and everything. And it's to think that Fox, who, like I said before, for all the U.S. audience, was just darkness imprisoning me. Any sort of bit aggressive, anything, whether it's a fan in the crowd, a sign in the crowd, anything. That the same company that tries to be the alternative, that does cinder block spots, that does, the thumbtacks, that has blood in at least 2 to 3 matches a show. Yeah. That's going to be where they want to go with Fox. When Fox was already upset with WWE because they weren't getting the return on their investment. Like you're fucking kidding me with this at this point. Like at this point, to me, AEW might as well just start a YouTube channel or just, start moving everything towards their YouTube channel. And you can just have us up on one tab and you can have the AEW Dynamite on the other YouTube tab, because that's at this point to me where it's going.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, and that's your concern. And as a fan of the show, I know people think, oh, they said mean stuff, so they don't like it. No, we're honest. And again,
just be better. We want you to do fucking better.
So much better. We want to see the improvement. And again, for example, whoever started the petition is stupid. We don't like it. We don't agree with it. Shouldn't have happened. It's silliness. It's childish. Get a life. Do something else. Period. Again, that's us defending AEW. However, dear Tony Khan, please stop giving people like that a reason to load their guns and shoot some bullets. It is bad press. It's not helping. And again, if you're ever hoping to grow your audience, it's not going to happen. Your audience numbers, your analytics are heading all the people that want to defend this till they're blue in the face. Look at the numbers. That was done in a smaller crowd in the history of All Out. That's the smallest crowd they've ever had for All Out. The same thing with Grand Slam coming up. The same All In. Like, again, you sold over 50,000 tickets. That's amazing. We're proud of you. We're happy. But at the end of the day, you were 30,000 less than the previous year. We're not being mean. We're simply offering facts, and people get their panties in a bunch. Like Code Hater in the chat right now, and we will get to the chat in a minute. But you're being mean to my favorite wrestling. No, we're being honest. And the difference between us and other people is we're coming here with facts, figures, and real fucking perception. We were included in a couple reaction videos. And with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions, Nick, almost every person that reacted to that show it wasn't good reactions. It wasn't positive reactions. It wasn't, they were turning away because it was horrific. No, we were appalled that you were actually doing it.
You said it and almost kind of nailed it. It might be the kind of NWA and infamous now at this point, the James Mitchell spot. Yeah. Because that's the thing is what you have gained for emboldening. Oh, we brought back the attitude. Oh, we're pushing the edge. And you're thinning down your already thinning audience first and foremost. And so everything you could have gained from that or perceive you've gained from that, you've now also pushed just as much, if not more than that away. Now you have people that aren't going to tune into Dynamite. Why do I want to tune into Dynamite for that? And especially though too, wrestling fans will be fickle. Oh, I want to see blood, guts, and gore. Fine, that's cool. But you know who doesn't want to see that? Advertisers and TV networks and everything. They don't want to broadcast that shit. And that's right now when you're enthralled in a skin television rights deal negotiation. You really can't go too far out the fucking bend with that shit.
Yeah, there's a limit. There's a limit. You got to stay within it, and you got to play ball. And again, tonight we're going to see a street fight. On Friday, we're going to see a steel cage match from this company. And again, what we live for, like you think about Gunther versus Randy at Berlin, like you hear that crowd reaction without anybody bleeding. Just the crowd losing their mind for a straight up match.
Well, that's the thing is, like AEW was so great. I remember, I can't remember what you gave it. I remember giving All In like an 8.5 and everything because it was actually really good show from AEW. It was a really great pay-per-view from them and everything. But then you get to All Out, and I'm literally having to pull you to even get close to like a 5 to give this show anything because the first half was good. You had some lows with Mercedes and the Bucks and everything. And then the second half just fucking sent everybody.
And the sad part for me is like, I really like the John Moxley thing. I like what they're doing with Moxley and I like the angle. Didn't care for the plastic bag. I've never seen that really done before. I can't recall another suffocation spot in wrestling. That was off-putting. But the match before it wasn't great because Jack Perry and that I know people gave Jack Perry a lot of praise. The match was boring. The fans were quiet. But at the end of the day, we watch all the wrestling and we give all the opinions. And even some people out there that jump on their high horse and they shit on everybody that doesn't feel the same way. They don't even watch all of AEW. We watch more AEW than them. So again, you can say whatever you want. But we've earned.
Well, and I know we're getting to the chat, but I'll cut the line here with a couple of them. Trek saying, gotta love how if you criticize stuff you don't like on a show, you're a hater. I get that a lot. I'm like, come on, folks. I've been a fan for 40 years. I don't like everything.
100%. And again, it's the same people who are like, can't we just enjoy the wrestling and da-da-da-da, that will shit all over TNA, that will shit all over WWE. Like, there's only one flavor. Nah, there's a bunch of flavors of fucking ice cream, and I'm gonna fucking enjoy a lot.
Literally, we spent most of the pre-show shitting on just every wrestling company's pre-show. It wasn't fucking brand specific. That's the funniest thing is we literally have a fucking short up on the channel right now that shows how we were at the start of the show, praising it, thinking it was a great show. And we were so excited, and then oh boy, how did we leave that an entirely different way?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will remind you we are here all night long as we always are. We are the channel that watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there, and we are ready to go for this one. I'm super excited for Raw tonight. I hope it delivers. Raw has been cooking over the last little while here. Triple H has found a way to make Monday nights less boring, less monotonous, less of a drag. But speaking of people who are never a drag, let's say hello to the fans out there. As the DRWC show said, hey, fellas, have a banging show. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here first in the chat tonight. C Money's back with us, hyping up a little bit of Bret. Kadarius saying, rest in peace, James Earl Jones. Yes.
Yeah, that sucked to hear. So now we really do got Mufasa out there in the sky.
Yeah, 93 years old, though, man.
I had no idea, but yeah. As a guy with a deep voice, he's like the guy you look up to that has a deep voice and everything. Yeah, he's a fucking icon, my guy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like now think of like a Morgan Freeman, but like Jones was the Morgan Freeman before Morgan Freeman kind of slid into that.
Yeah, well, and I've seen a lot of stuff lately. I've actually watched a lot of stuff lately about how like he became like the voice for like Darth Vader and everything like that, and it's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. And as people who, do what we do, anybody out there, we appreciate a good voice,
100%.
Big Mike, good to see you. Rocco, welcome back. Did anyone notice Bryan Danielson no-sold the turn with the uppercut? Oh, I mean, he sold the shock. Again, you think you would sell the pain. Apparently, the uppercut didn't hurt at all, but we're also the clip going around where, like, the ref literally tapped fucking Perry's foot. Like, oh, 1, 2, okay, we're good. You're like, what's happening? Those are the things that the AEW tribalists will not admit to. They just overlook that shit. Well, Jack Perry really sold the finish. All right, great. But the ref had to fucking roll him over in the middle of a 2 count. And by the way, we got triple digits. I want 150.
Right.
Be a friend, tell a friend, drop our link everywhere you can. Roman, welcome back. Mike, welcome back. Yes, we make a lot of videos. It's we appreciate it. We're flattered. Shout out to guys like Geekbox, our the world's second favorite box. We appreciate him and everybody else that ever includes us. And again, that's also part of why I have the opinion I do, because a large collective of people who took the time out of their lives to live react to this or to the wrestling product were appalled.
We have a good, sense of our constituents and everything like that, and they all pretty much reacted the same way. So
Right.
I don't think we're out here on an island.
We're not on. No, again. Looking forward to the Fatal 4-Way. Absolutely. Damian, welcome back. Kevin, I hope you're doing well, sir. Good to see you. Roman got you. Curtis, you know it. Let's go. Code Hater. I was waiting for this one. I want to say something. You guys are great. But with all due respect, it looks like you guys are starting to hate it. No. Every live stream you were talking about how great WWE is. WWE's cooking and AEW's not. If you don't like that, go back through our archive. And when Vince McMahon was running WWE, and we sat here week in and week out and bitched about how bad WWE was and how amazing Tony Khan was for saving the wrestling world, go back to those streams. Now, if Tony starts cooking and Trips keeps cooking, we'll celebrate it all. That's our preference. That's what we want to do. We want to come out here every fucking stream and just be happy. But I can't celebrate because you are providing a product that is lackluster, is less than, that is upsetting us as fans.
To me, the biggest tell with this, and all due respect, Cody, and all of that, but 100% though, we still welcome all opinions and everything like that. You don't need to get roasted by the fire here, but even though to where we quote unquote hate AEW because we were saying WWE is great. Well, that has nothing to do with AEW.
Yeah.
That has everything to do with WWE. You don't need to connect the two because guess what? If you want to be different, then they're different companies and everything. You don't say we hate AEW because of anything we've said about AEW. And we say we hate AEW because you said that we've said positive things about WWE. That's entirely different.
And we don't say negative things about AEW because WWE is doing
the honest things.
Like you said, it's not correlated. If Raw sucks tonight, if this street fight, the first hour sucks, we're going to be here shitting on it. I promise you. We are unbiased. We are the most unbiased, unfiltered, unscripted show out there. I don't care if you put unscripted in your title. There is nobody that does it. We don't do it with notes. We don't have to take a half an hour to compile what we're going to say. We shoot from the hip. We're not always right. We don't know everything. We are the wrestling utopia that supports everybody's opinion as long as you're respectful. But at the same time, we're not going to sit here every night and lie to people and go, this is wonderful. When they suck and people sit here and listen to me cut up Ava Rain all the time and be mad about NXT, Chase U shit, or you being mad about Wendy Chu. Like if you don't like it, you don't like it. We're going to tell you it. And we're not going to say it just because of some blind allegiance to any company. Nobody pays our bills except us.
And we'll still tell you, even if it is biased, like 100%. I'll admit I got a bias towards Tiffany Stratton and Eddie Kingston and all of that. 100%. We will let you know our bias is up front.
Yeah, when the man's wearing an MJF,
I'm wearing a scarf during an MJF match. I wonder who I'm rooting for.
You hate AEW, Nick. You're like,
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm fucking sweating for this.
I've sat there. I bought the MJF, the Conor McGregor better than you pinstripe shirt and everything.
Right. What's up, Trek? Welcome back. Welcome back. No Jim. Sup with DMD. We don't know. Tony said she's a big asset and she's a part of the company. I don't know. I think she's going back to pulling teeth, and that's about it.
He lost track after Big Ass.
Right. Haseen, welcome back. I stand with Lil Wayne. AJH3. I have no idea what that's in reference to, but let's go.
If I do nothing, I'm about going all day like a clock on the wall.
Childhood James Earl Jones actor gone, and Bret Hart is coming back. Not sure how those are connected, Kadarius, but at the end of the day, Bret Hart.
Nostalgia giveth and nostalgia taketh away. The nostalgia giveth you the Hitman. The nostalgia taketh away Mufasa.
Curtis gets 10 knee pads. All right. Christian Power, good to see you. All right. We'll come back to that. And you were talking shit about AEW every single time the show. Yeah, we already answered that. So Cry Me a River. Let's do this. First hour of Raw is commercial free, and Wyatt 6 kicks off. That's crazy. Never thought that was going to be the case when Pierce came out with his announcement. And again, I think WWE is doing a really good job with their social media. They're really getting things stirred up. Safid, how it's going? Ronnie, Logan. I respect you for one of the best steel cage matches. Logan, I hate to break it to you, that steel cage match was boring. Rascals can't compete tomorrow on NXT, so Street Profits took their place. Is that true?
What?
I had not heard that. Richard, thank you.
I'm going to have to try and look this up as we should be getting towards the start of Monday Night Raw here as I see anybody and everybody out there in the chat.
1 minute away, and we're going to catch up. We'll rapid fire through the opening of the show. But MDB's back with us. Vance, I see you. Big Mike, Keyshawn, Curtis, No Gyms, Team Serena Deeb. I like that name. Mike is with us. Dale, the OG, Erick Tate. Love it. Arun says, Raw new theme song. Very cool. We'll try and hear that tonight as well, if that's the case. Thank you for giving us a heads up on that, because we talk over a lot of shit, if you guys haven't noticed yet. If Alexa's returning, it would be main evented. Not necessarily.
I can at least potentially confirm, and I know it's from our favorite tune announcer at least, but I'm just going off of Twitter, off of latest Wrestling Observer, putting out that the Street Profits to replace the Rascals on WWE NXT.
Right. Okay.
I can try and read through the article. Unfortunate circumstances, but yeah. So Ava made an announcement, no real reason given, but yeah. So I guess RM was right.
Interesting. Maddie Braps, welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, folks. His Raw is about to kick off live. For those who don't know, Nick and I will sync up and get in tune. If you want to do the same, make sure you join us. But here we go, Nick.
Absolutely.
Anyone else excited out there? Get in that chat. Give me some.
I am anticipating now.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I got Now
Forever.
And here we go. Fulham FC announced the partnership with a shady investment bank and a phony employees. That's interesting as shit. Vance, Code, Trek, as we got together on our screen, the big logo, Goodwill Blunting, one of the best names I've ever seen in a chat.
Yes.
Favorite movie of all time. Go back to JD from New York. We know leave Dale alone first and foremost. And I've seen several names in, and you're allowed to take in other products, Mr. Blunting. So again, I walked the line, Drew McIntyre. I like that. First Bret Hart match live I saw, Providence, 1995. I'm trying to think the first time I saw Bret. It would have been in Toronto.
Live?
Here. But yeah, back in the day. Braun Breaker in the house as well. You guys wrestling for live. Rigo, that's us. That's what we do.
Right.
Woo! Let's go. Wes Conklin back. Hi, it's me, Wes Conklin. What's up, Anthony? The chapeau that runs the show. The weather's getting cooler outside, so the chapeau's coming back. I think. I don't want to speak on his behalf.
Right. But we got your second favorite box there, Geek Box. And funny thing is, the first stream of yours I saw was you two talking about Raw being 3 hours long. Felt like it was about 2.5 hours and 50 minutes too long. Yeah, so Geekbox even saying the first time he tuned in to us was us talking shit about Raw being too long.
Yeah, that crowd goes wild as they put the graphic up for Bret. But welcome back, Spaz. Welcome back, TJ. Welcome back, Misfits. Logan, keep this chat going. Scott Rizzo. Be like Scott. Go get your F Meltzer t-shirts, by the way.
Right.
Did you hear Tony Schiavone say Joe's pretty good? He won't be Excalibur, but he's pretty good.
I thought that was fake. Maybe. I'm hoping that was, because you got to have some sense there.
Joe Hendry's everywhere.
I want to believe. But yes, we have Testator and Wade Bear, and we're starting it out with them talking in the corner and everything like that. Not at the announce desk, not anything like that. So still, it is the season premiere, which is, it's always interesting to have like a season premiere on something that doesn't ever like stop.
Yeah.
It'd be like if we just said, our Friday Night SmackDown stream will be our season premiere. It's like, fuck?
Technically, welcome to the Wrestling for Life
season premiere. We're in season 3.
Oh, here we go.
VHS,
Up and running,
VHS.
folks. We got 110. We got Bo Dallas on the screen, but I want 150 in this chat tonight. So get in there. Make sure you share this link with people and click all those buttons, including those little reaction buttons, as we're getting the Wyatt 6 already.
And I will remind everybody real quick, we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships as well. 100% if you want to make sure you show up and show out, because that's what the show's about. And make sure you get your comment clicked on and everything. Because obviously we got all the names and we're saying trying to say hi to everybody, but we're also hi as well. So hi.
Accusations.
False accusations.
I never said false.
Fun fact, I sat there and was listening to Rick Ross's audiobook today on the way home.
Here you go.
Yep, oh. That's a thing. You're a big motherfucker.
Let's go Wrestling Monday. Let's go, as we're getting a little recap of the origin of the Wyatt 6 and what we've seen to date. I like this a lot, Nick.
Well, this feels like the culmination of their kind of first real feud, because this should be the end of them doing anything with American Made, with Chad Gable, what have you. So this is their first feud wrap up here. So yeah, you've got to put them over and you've got to run it back a bit.
Code, this is where the conversation ends with you completely. WWE production is bad. It is second to none. Nothing is prettier. Nothing is done better. The visuals look better. The arena looks better. And if you'd think otherwise, then again, it's not about an opinion at that point. It's literally being ignorant to what your eyes are seeing. That is where you lose the argument completely. So if you would like to move on to a different topic, or else you're just going to embarrass yourself. At the end of the day, it's wrong. Wrong.
But you know what's not wrong is Spaz with a $5 super chat, saying always think it's funny when they hype a move to a new network. When we up in here in Canada stay on Sportsnet 360, any needles and garbage bags tonight.
No.
What? Oh yeah, no. For half a second, he mentioned Canada, and for some reason I thought pine needles and shit. I don't know why, but my brain went to pine needles.
That's racist.
Yeah, prejudice, not racist. Canada isn't a race.
There you go. That's true. That's true. The Wrestling for Life. That was a hell of an intro to our stream. Love it. Thank you so much, Geekbox. We appreciate all your love, man. We really do. You fans blow our mind constantly. Dude, I'm getting death threats because I said things about Triple H's books, TT, and the way the new Judgment Day gets booked and the new shirts come out. Yeah, I hate the new shirt. I'll be honest. Like, I don't hate it. The street trash thing's kind of silly. We talked about that.
Fair enough. Well, I've got American Made coming out on my screen, and even Ivy's out here with like the face paint and everything, and we've got the flag and kendo sticks and a trash bin, so we're ready. Like,
right,
bitch, I'd be coming out here with a cross and a Bible and like a priest and shit like that. Like, you're all supernatural. Like, I don't need to be fucking around with kendo sticks and none of that. I need the Holy Ghost. I need, Dan Aykroyd. I need Scooby-Doo.
Can they borrow the spike from Adam Page from Saturday? Like vampires?
I forgot about that's the thing. Is there was the spike and the hot tui and everything that everybody forgets about.
But, and I listed it out the other night about the whole thing. That's what got under my skin. It was like you're licking each other's blood and you're spitting in each other. I don't want to see a man snot in another man's face. That's not entertaining. That's just fucking wrong. Again, every once in a while, a moment calls for something drastic and someone hawks a loogie, but it has to be drastic. But you did that all in the run of there was 15 things in the show that made you go, ugh.
You did spots more offensive, I'll say that, and I use that term loosely-ish, but you did spots more offensive in that cage match than you did in a Texas death match. And that's fucking weird. That's fucking weird to do.
Lee Fitting is one of the best. Amazing.
But fitting that though, I forgot that we're in Calgary with the American flag. So they're the big heels now.
Yes. We're in Hart country, Nick, and the lights are out. The fireflies are flying, folks. Get in this chat. Let's go.
Catching fire. I still always want that one though. That's the best one. That's the best one. As I did see 120 people in here, so let's see if we can get to 120, 130. How we doing?
No, and again, you know what? Dana White actually talked about how UFC is having a good impact on like WWE's experimenting with production, thanks to the relationship with UFC and TKO, because they are getting, we get a lot of live UFCs, the aerial shots. So again, this working relationship with TKO and WWE and UFC, it's been nothing but amazing. And anybody that says their production's not good, pay attention to the street.
Well, no, it's funny that you mentioned that, and I wish you mentioned that closer to a commercial break, because there's something, since we mentioned Sportskeeda earlier and everything, that I saw them put out that I want to get your take on.
Okay.
If I remember it during a commercial break, because someone who was mentioned in the article, we know.
Oh, awesome. I'm all ears, but here comes the Wyatt 6.
And Nikki's at the front, but so could Nikki still get involved in this match? Could it be Howdy? Howdy's on the graphics and everything, but could Howdy just sit at ringside?
Well, I think Howdy's just going to sit in the chair to start. And again, it's rare that the baby faces technically outnumber the heels. So I think right. Cole is going to take a seat and let the rest of the crew go wild.
Time to get spooky. I want Wendy Chu. No, I don't.
Right.
No one asked for Wendy Chu.
Right. Another super chat from Spaz, by the way. Seeing Weirdo saying, if you call out AEW shit cage match, but like Foley Taker Hell in the Cell, you are a hypocrite. Oh my, again, people are fucking dumb. And I'm so sick of it. People talked about the Jeff Hardy ear spot. You know the difference between the Jeff Hardy ear spot and a needle through the cheek? This is fake pain. This, when you already have a tunnel. If you know anybody with tunnels out there, you can pull on that shit. So it looks like it really hurts with a screwdriver twisting it, but it didn't. He sold us on it. When you stick a needle through a cheek, you're fucking feeling it. But ding, ding, ding. Get your predictions in.
Well, you can have that. They messed up when one Eddie Kingston idea was told no, but Mox got to do it. And
let's go.
Fair enough track. But we're on our way here. And so Nikki is in the match. And so it is Uncle Howdy. And everybody's unmasked, by the way, too, as well.
Yes. It was funny because I was looking at the graphic earlier today when I was setting stuff up. And I'm like, where's Nikki? Why'd they bump Nikki from the graphic?
Well, they always just had it as that. That's why a lot of people were saying of like, is this going to be an intergender match? Are we getting towards that level here?
Ivy's going to take on Rowan. Oh, big Nikki on the outside. Nikki looks crazy. Let's go.
Boston, what up? John, what up? No, Jim's, what up? I'm just trying to keep up with all the names. Goddamn. We got a trash can. Nikki with a trash. She's going Terry Funk on Ivy now here.
And the crowd pops.
Practice. Just a bit outside there, foul ball right
swing
there
away,
from Nikki Cross. Yeah, swing away.
And again, what I like about this is everybody's fighting everywhere.
Oh,
everyone laying down. Prediction.
Yeah, and that's the thing is the camera shot will look at Nikki and then it'll cut to somebody who's also still fighting, and then it'll cut to somebody else who's still fighting, then go back to double stomp.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take a quick minute. Curtis, our over-under, I don't know what you set the over-under at. I might have missed it, Curtis, but our new predictions champion, Curtis, congratulations.
Hey, the over-under champion. We don't have up, down, like Austin Creed and Tyler Breeze might have the up, down, and the left, right, but we have the over-under championship.
Let's go. I really like the entrance by the Wyatts. That was real cool music. I listen. Everyone knows I'm a mark for this shit. So, and I'm a mark for Dexter Lumis, and that was huge.
Absolutely.
And they're putting up the panel again. Nikki clearing off the table.
It's going to be interesting because Tessitore didn't do so hot when like Wyatt or when McIntyre and Punk were fighting right in front of him. So now we're going to have the whole Wyatt family fighting right in front of him. Yeah. And he's got to sell that it's spooky, but not fully spooky.
And I'll be honest,
It's kind of spooky.
I don't have a great opinion yet of Joe. I said I didn't know him, and we talk a lot, right? So,
right.
Oh, Nikki face planted by Ivy. I'm a huge fan of Ivy Nile as well.
Blouses. This looks like they're beating up the woman from the ring.
Right. Nikki comes to have fun. Yeah, don't we all?
Whoa.
Pause.
Oh,
and we want table.
Gable with a kendo stick on a Lumis. So we've got the Creed brothers paired up. Essentially, we've got Brutus with Gacy as now he's eating the kendo stick from Gable, and still Redbeard and Julius. Sorry.
Right. Unforgiven. Welcome. Remember, folks, if you haven't hit like, share, subscribe, make sure you click them all.
Right.
Take that back. Where's Alexa Bliss? We don't know. Right now, Nick, 83% are taking the Wyatts.
I'm amazed that is debatable. that is in our first 100. That is our first 100 poll. I'm surprised.
I feel
Who out there took
Yeah.
American made? Expose yourself.
Boston.
Not in that way, but just expose yourself.
Boston, you took American made, didn't you, buddy?
Just to spite people, but I like the MDB. Sorry, saying KJ loves Ivy Nile like Joni loves Chachi.
Joni loves Chachi. Yeah, see, Bo just sat back in the rocking chair, so I love it, and he's laughing with the fans and stuff like, "Oh, isn't this wonderful?"
Oh, he's kind of like it's like creepy, but it's also like Mad Hattery a little bit.
Yeah, and going back to like the violence we saw on Saturday, like if you look in the hard cam right now, dude. Everybody in that everyone's standing. Everybody's invested in the action.
But you're playing into an actual story. The cage match, especially to me, was just I throw you into the cage, and then you throw me into the cage, and then we kind of stomp each other, and then we do. No one is talking about any moment or move anything from that match outside of a fucking needle and a chair shot. That's it. That's that whole match summed up in 2 moments.
Oh, Ivy's got an extinguisher. They're trying to get rid of Rowan here. The redwood in the way. Big chair to the back.
Oh,
through a table.
I must have through a table. This is interesting though, because again, this was a bit of the concern with the Wyatt Six and everything of are they just this invincible monsters that they'll no sell everything. They are unbeatable, untouchable, like the Fiend was a bit.
Yeah, 100%. And that was my fear. Like even when I was, as they're chanting, "You suck."
You suck.
MDB took American made. Shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I didn't like the Jeff Hardy spot either. Again, guys, we can't keep looking backwards because so much has changed. Think of the things that are different in 2024. That weren't the same in 2000, 99, 90, 80, 60. The world's changed a fucking lot because we learn. We get smarter. So we did something 30 years ago. Well,
you said we get smarter. Oh, drop toe under a chair. Oh, that's still one of the best spots to do in wrestling. But because you can always still get the slap like Raven used to do, but it still looks fucking cool as hell. Yeah, Raven and Kane would always hands out, but yeah, to say we've gotten smarter is still debatable. I would challenge that.
Well, we learned some stuff.
Collectively, I don't
know. Julius choking out Dexter right now.
Julia, who's Julia? Where's Julia in this match?
Who?
You said Julia, so I'm waiting for a Julia.
Julius.
Oh, I thought you said
I know they're in Canada.
But Julia. I didn't know you were asking me if I wanted an orange Julius. I apologize.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
Nobody.
As
I saw 130, so let's see if we can get back up to that 130 and then keep growing and keep moving to that 140, 150. What?
Ravens dropped. Oh, look, there's Be Still My Heart. Calling out a Raven spot. I love it. Another table.
It's how you know you're like a super nerd for wrestling of when you can remember certain wrestlers' spots and everything and how they sold it. Oh, double clothesline from Gacy. Oh, we got a table set up on the outside.
Raven for Hall of Fame. Wesley, look, we all love Raven. I don't think it's ever going to happen.
It should happen. Honestly, it should happen.
This is awesome, Chance. How many people are in Calgary tonight? 10,000, 11,000?
More than we're in Chicago, I'll say that.
Lumis is crazy. Lumis is fucking insane. I love the guy.
He's the best like character actor in professional wrestling. Like even when he was Samuel Shaw and everything.
Oh yeah.
In TNA, like he was just so good as like a character.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say and for as far as in ring, but like what he gave you on screen outside of the ring was phenomenal.
In NWA and TNA, Sam Shaw was outstanding. I thought they underdelivered with him in NXT where they made him like the creepy artist and he didn't do enough. It was all about being that spooky artist. Like he was drawing pictures instead of fighting.
Right. Oh, and we've just got
this is awesome. Oh,
batting practice right now from American Made on a Joe Gacy on a trash bin.
But his head, Nick.
With the arms up and everything. And if there's somebody that's going to be
I'm just telling you what's
closer to Foley and everything right now, it's going to be Gacy.
Oh, yeah. And you do it. You work. Hey, Nikki. I love that. Holy shit. Run.
Like I said, that's why I've been coming out with Scooby, Shaggy, fucking priest, a reverend, fucking the cross, the Bible. If I could summon them, Jesus too, and everything like that. Right. I'm getting rid of these demons, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Exorcism. This is not a street fight. This is an exorcism.
Mm-hmm. They're beating the poor man like a bongo.
Yeah.
Nikki up over the table.
Was that an offensive maneuver or defensive maneuver?
Did Gacy just use his head?
A little bit, like I don't know if that was intended or they just fucked up the spot because they both just like and cut each other the wrong way.
A little bit of an action lull here, but Gacy gets thrown in the corner. I'm wondering if Chad doesn't really hurt himself.
I think that. Well, that's the thing. Is so what it looked like is like it looked like Gacy was supposed to try and like bump him with like the trash bin lid, and that was supposed to be the spot there. But it looks like they both kind of went and met in the middle there, and it didn't work out quite so well.
Right. Go Birds! Lumis and Gacy have a really interesting looks. They look like they could team up aside from Wyatt 6, 100%. And again, they look like the type of guys that you don't necessarily want to find them in a lonely alley, like a dark alley. Like they especially if you consider the Redwood as well, they're intimidating.
It 100% looks like strangers. I know we both talked about that. It very much seems like that. Like the Manson family vibe is 100% what I get.
Yeah, sorry, Nick.
What you got with Wyatt? Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Back up and mad. How do you stop the big man?
Okay. Are they actually calling him Redwood or is he Rowan?
I call him Redwood. Sorry.
Fair enough. Well, no, I was just clarification, just for canonical sense.
Chad knocked himself out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I thought I saw what I saw.
Holy shit, he just ripped the guard.
He's just using it as a fucking Captain America, Captain Redbeard. Here I come to save the day.
That's original. Let's go. And the crowd is on their feet. Oh, look. He
just drops the candlestick.
Like, that's fucked up. I can't use it.
Yeah. But that's somebody who knows how to work this shit. Big clothesline in the corner.
Jets, baby. All right. Samantha looks terrified as fuck. Wouldn't you be? You had to sit at ringside.
And that's the thing is I like with Samantha, she's made it known too. She doesn't want to know what's happening beforehand. She just needs to know who I need to announce. 2. Saved. Gable breaks it up. And then Julius just because.
Yeah, help out. I mean, Rowan's a big guy.
Yeah.
Entertained. Are you not entertained?
What? Well, there was one from Geekbox there. Notice the hardcore stuff in this match is telling the story.
Yeah.
That's how you beat down Rowan in a believable way. Facts.
And it's in motion. It's not standstill. Other than the standout spots, like there are those spots that stand out, Nick, but there's so much motion to the match.
Absolutely. Well, and it's because drop toe holding a chair. Did he kind of know how it?
I like it. Up and
Double
over.
clothesline over the top, but yeah, it started off very much with the chaos and the calamity of everybody's moving, all the parts are moving, and now this is getting more of your isolations.
Look at this. WWE fans are trained seals. Clap, clap, cheer for everything. Really? Okay, bye. Again, I can't handle the stupidity. Gilly, I appreciate you being here, but that's a dumb comment. It's fucking dumb. In all due respect, it's dumb. No different than the fans on the other show that are waiting for the needle spots and the glass spots and the fire spots.
What happened to wrestling fans liking wrestling, regardless of the 3-letter algorithm or whatever? Like, regardless of the 3-letter bullshit that's in front of it.
Yeah.
Like, we'll watch GC. Like I said earlier today, we were literally planning out when we're gonna fit in the next GCW live stream. Powerbomb. Gacy just powerbombed Lumis on Julius.
Yeah. No, it's dumb. Gilly, it's dumb. It's fucking dumb. I'm sorry. In all due respect, it's dumb. We are supposed to be trained. It's like we cheer when a team gets a touchdown. It's like to say otherwise. Yeah, we're cheering.
Oh, leg drop through the table.
Cheer. Big spot through the table. Oh, a trained spot. Why are they cheering? Why are they chanting? This is awesome. Gilly, just don't waste my time with silly shit. This is awesome, Chance. Thank you, Misfit. And Gacy freaking everybody out. Homage to Bray.
100%. Hey, shit, if there was somebody that was going to play him in a movie, I mean, Gacy might not be a bad shout.
Is hypodermic needles so dangerous when you're sticking it through someone's cheek and when a big portion of especially the U.S. population has an issue with needles? Yeah, it is. It's bad taste. And anybody that wants to make excuses for it, it's not good.
Yeah.
Where's Triple H? Justified. This is awesome tweet. Ankle lock on Gacy. No way. Uncle Ivy.
Ivy now just smacking him with the kendo stick too as well.
Oh, that one hit him in the back of the neck.
I can't tap out if you're whipping. If you're whooping me, woman, I can't. I have to block you. I can't slap the hand.
Nikki's back. Suplex on Gable.
Suplex Chad Gable.
Let's go.
She's going to be the one to win this match because she's done fucking all in this match besides this.
I love Nikki, man. I was so mad when she became almost a superhero.
Oh, Nikki, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nikki.
If you follow Nikki's career, she's
Crossroads.
Crazy Nikki was perfect.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, when she became almost a superhero, that's why I kept calling her almost a wrestler.
Trained seals greater than Mark Sheep.
And maybe you get a star. That might be a new T-shirt.
I like that. Holy shit, Chance, 100%.
The claw choke slam.
Oh, into the steel.
How fucking strong you gotta sell somebody being that I can grab you by your skull and choke slam you. Kane's big ass had to grab you, had to goozle you, but I can grab you by your skull. But
I like it when a guy who's like 6'8", 300 pounds grabs somebody by the skull, and that guy is like 5'6", 170 pounds. It's a nice visual. I mean, we all got little brothers that we've done it to. Like,
I'm crushing your skull.
God, have I missed anything? Oh, a few things.
Oh, we made
Uncle Howdy. And again, a rare moment where baby faces kind of have the advantage number-wise.
Yeah, and cheering. Like, you're cheering for the heels to get their ass whooped, and technically the baby faces are cheating.
They're not cheating.
Hey, well, yes, you get the fucking point.
No, they were challenged. That's American Made's fault. And we got a winner.
With the advantage.
I called it out. Right? It's rare that the baby faces have the number advantage.
Yes.
I agree. 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. Yeah, I think to an extent, the 444 talk. Again, it's time and place and avenue, but the Wyatt Six is successful.
But then again, that comes the question with AW: what do you want to be?
That's the other part, yeah.
But commercial break. We'll talk about that as
that was
we get
match.
To cut out there, yeah, that's got to end that feud as we literally cut to commercial break. I didn't mean to fucking send to it that way, but goddamn, okay.
Right, nice visual to end it. I enjoyed the opening match, and that dude, I thought the first hour was commercial free. Are we just getting a WWE commercial?
It's a WWE shop commercial. So
you tricky bastards! Ding, ding, ding. We're done.
I was gonna say, so should we? If they're gonna do it, we might as well.
What you got? Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just throwing that on there.
Get your merch, folks. Get your merch. Don't forget those, the Breakfast with the Boys Summer Tour 2024, limited time. So get them now. It has every Breakfast with the Boys or Brunch with the Boys that we've done this year. There'll be a new shirt next year.
100%. They're the collector's edition and shit like that. 100%. That's the thing with all this merch, even with like the FU Meltzer and all of that. It's very much still, you get it while you can get it because it might not be there when you want to get it.
Right. They need to clean the ring. Yeah, fair enough. They got to put shit back together.
Fair enough. Well, Unforgiven, I'm new here, guys. Fill me in. What is this 1-0 stuff? Oh, well, that's because we do have the predictions title as well, and half the time we do also take the predictions out of everybody. We ask the predictions for any match that's going on that we're watching in the chat and everything, but we also do when it comes to the pay-per-views and everything like that. We do have the predictions title that Ashley was made, I think, in like one of the 2K games from Boston. Shut up. But,
yeah, shut up, Boston.
Right.
We take a prediction on every single match, and we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every show. We want you guys to be engaged. We want to talk about the wrestling. Sometimes, it gets a little heated and we don't all agree, but this is a place where we don't block people and kick people out because they don't agree with us. We only kick being an asshole.
Well, I would have been fucking gone a while. I would have even made it to the fucking gym.
We're allowed. We get away with it sometimes.
Yeah. Anthony is saying, can y'all see the Wyatts getting championships?
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen. They don't need it.
Well, but I can see them being tag champs, or especially because now they're not doing supernatural. That was my fear. Like, you have this unbeatable person, but because they are just crazy people and they got that strangers vibe, that, purge vibe. That's what we get as we go to Dom, Liv, and Rhea from last week.
But they don't need it. That's not the goal. That's not any of their focus ever.
But they eventually will be champion. Like, you're going to want them to climb to the top of the division. You have potential for tag team belts.
I understand that aspect. I'm saying to them, I don't get why in character or what have you, anything with what their motive is of why that would be a goal, why that would be a motive, why that would be a carrot they would chase. So that's why I don't think so.
Eventually they will be. They're not going to they're not going to flounder forever. They will go after IC belts.
I'm not saying they're floundering though. They can still do matches and have a story without being a champion.
Eventually everybody's job is to climb the ladder and go after belts. Like, that if they continue to get over and continue to be used like this, they are going to go after championships at some point. I think Rowan, Dexter and Gacy are going to be awesome as tag team champions. The Bray Wyatt had the Wyatt Six had belts.
As we are getting Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley announced for Bad Blood. Because baby, now we got bad blood.
Raw is going back to 2 hours on Netflix. I have not heard that confirmed yet, but do keep in mind, folks, if you take the commercials out of Raw, that's about 45 minutes of programming right there. So, yeah, the rumor is it's going to be a shorter show.
We'll see. I feel like we talked about this earlier. There's been a lot of, random rumors thrown out there about things happening with TV deals and where wrestling's going to be and how they're going to be presented. Ooh. And I think lately a lot of it's bullshit.
Wait, Raw's going 2 hours starting October 8th, 2024, 8 to 10? Jason, that's two people saying that. Is that something that's rotating right now?
I I mean, we're both kind of live. I have not seen anything
Look at
close
this
to
entrance
that.
for Finn.
Yeah. XXX.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. It's 100%. If this was Finn Sans Judgment Day, this would be dope as hell.
Why
Like if this was just Finn. What?
Why did the Judgment Day hinder that?
Well, because I feel like once he leaves the Judgment Day, that they'll fucking snatch this from him, I guess is more of what I'm saying. Of like, if I wanted, like, if this was Finn right now, didn't have a faction beside him, he was going beside, into the IC title, Fatal 4-Way, what have you. Just Finn actually finally on a solo run and getting back to where he was former Universal Champion, everything like that, without a faction. I think this would be dope. Like, I want him to have something like this.
So, because
I'm worried they won't carry it over, is my long, drawn-out way to say this.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to even answer that. Right now, one half of your tag team champions. And again, for my money, wicked entrance. I don't think the fact that he's part of a faction is hurting that. I don't necessarily.
The corners of his Titantron are saying the Judgment Day.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's part of the Judgment Day.
Right. So that would make him not in the Judgment Day would make it different.
So how would not being in the Judgment Day make it different and help him though? Like, I don't think he's being held back. I actually think the Judgment Day has helped prop him up again.
I didn't say he was being held back. I just wanted to still continue when he's single.
I don't understand what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to Finn is not wearing the crap shirt. Now, again, if their Judgment Day and part of their gimmick is we are street trash, fine. If they change the gimmick or the Judgment Day to street trash, I got a problem with that. That's stupid naming. But I don't mind. I don't mind like we are street trash as their kind of their little fucking shtick on the side.
Oh no, it's dumb. It's dumb.
No, I don't mind the side thing.
How was your mother?
I told me mother.
I used to drink milk with you behind the udder. Fucking hell, mate.
2 hours on Netflix, not make much of a difference. Exactly. But if they're doing it starting October 8th, that's a big deal.
Why would it, so they'd just be doing it on USA?
Yeah, it'd be like an 8 to 10 show instead of till 11 for like getting.
But then they'd have to do it no commercials.
No, they run it commercials, and
so they're not going to run commercials on.
It's the first time hearing of it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm just trying to decipher and make sure the math is mathing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Judgment Day, Wyatt 6 could work. I mean, 2 factions. I don't mind that at all. I think especially with the Wyatt 6 being very fan favorite and nobody liking many members of the Judgment Day. So yeah, I mean, you can run that. Yeah, what is Halloween Horror Nights meets fucking Spirit Halloween? We're just doing all the spooky shit in fall season. Yeah. As Priest is coming out here and already throwing off the vest. On site. Just whoop his ass. Like, you don't need to talk to him. Just throw hands, bitch. Ever since you broke up the real Judgment Day, interessante, calling back to when one Adam Copeland was in the Judgment Day. You don't get to tell me nothing. You'll do fucking nothing. You turned me into a sidekick, bitch. You did that yourself. No one made you do that. No, that's it. I love this. How dare you make me second fiddle? This is so strong from Finn Balor. Oh, it's great. And I get that, but I just want to just coming back at it. Like, no, you kind of did that. WWE just tweeted news about 2 Hour Raw. There you go. That's fucking amazing, Misfit. I'll make a note of that. There you go. I almost want to check to make sure you're not full of shit. What's that? I just was joking saying I almost want to check to make sure you're not full of shit. I trust the chat some days. We're usually with 2 or 3 people. That's monumental because 3 hours sucked. But no, you can't say that because they've actually done pretty well recently with 3 hours. It's still too long to commit to every week and keeping it entertaining. As We got
on a Monday morning or a Monday evening. I'll give you that. As Brutus is just laying out everyone, just right hand. Did JD just try and dick punch this man? Just everybody's eating a right hand.
And we're getting Damian versus Finn at Bad Blood, folks. It's official. There you go.
I like that. I know when we've talked about the potentials of, Hell in a Cell and Christ, honestly, you can make every goddamn match a Hell in a Cell because
drop the cage.
Lethal Lockdown. But but it fits and it makes sense with the name.
Look at Dom's eye. Oh, here comes Hop Along Rhea.
Right, hop along.
Dom, just kick her crutch.
100%. Just be that guy.
Yeah, 100%. Liv gets a crush to the gut.
As she's wearing the full Triple H attire.
I'm not going to lie. I want the Daddy Dom t-shirt.
Oh.
They have a great match in NXT back in the day. Absolutely.
But I was saying how every feud going into Bad Blood literally actually fits that name. Like they built it up enough to where the story fits enough to where the name of the pay-per-view is apropos for everything that's on the card.
100%, Nick. I think they're doing a really good job. There's a lot. The rumor is Punk. Oh, they are just Liv and the booing. Does someone help them?
Whoo.
Yeah. And then kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, dude, this Finn Balor with the edge kind of gives me Bullet Club Balor vibes. And I think having the guys around him only strengthens him. Makes him more viable as a threat.
I guess that's fair. I guess I was just probably lost in the vitamin sauce of trying to essentially worry that Liv is doing every fucking girlfriend smack of trying to get rid of the spider and shit right now.
See, this is violence with purpose.
Yeah. You can do the overaggressive. Jey Uso! Here I come to save the mummy!
And the crowd goes off.
Yeah, I was just worried that once Finn breaks away from this and goes back to being Finn Balor, he gets lost in the sauce like how he was and how we got here.
Yeah, again, I can't speak to that. I hope he's able to maintain. I really do. I hope that whatever happens to eventually break down the Judgment Day. I have a lot of faith in Finn. I think Finn's a talented guy. And
I have a ton of faith in him, just not in their booking of him.
Fair enough. But ladies and gentlemen, we go back to commentary as Jey Uso saves the day. This will be very interesting. Liv the Potato Queen.
Yeah.
Just swing away.
Well, just out there fucking throwing out hash browns like a McDonald's fucking drive-through window worker at fucking breakfast.
Just another Damian Rhea. Yeah, that's how, again, Chambers, I know this is unique to some fans, but this is how you create a rivalry. This is how you create a story. Like, think of the movies you watch. The bad guy goes over the good guy for like a bulk of the movie, and then the good guy has to come back. It's not back and forth. The bad guy is always one step ahead of the good guy. That's what this is.
Well, and especially because we just had the Terror Twins go over Liv and Dom. So now they've really got to, all right, now you got to get your lick back. Now you've got to get your heat back from that to make that warranted, especially going into the pay-per-view match.
Facts. 100%. 100%. So again, don't be narrow-minded, folks.
Now, do you think that they specifically fucking put the ankle injury, quote unquote, on Rhea to make it more viable that Liv could beat her?
No, Liv's fucked eventually. Eventually, Rhea Ripley's going to get her hands.
But it won't be a Bad Blood.
Then Liv's in big trouble unless they find a way. I don't think Liv's losing the belt at Bad Blood, so there will be a way. As we're with Braun Strowman in the back.
Right. I like how Pat's phrase of one big SOB or whatever it is turned into a whole t-shirt, a whole merch line for Strowman.
Yeah.
Scott, I'm eating like I've never eaten before. Braden, eat. Yeah.
Jey was so super kick and a bad slap punch. Not that good. All right, fair enough. What's WWE page on Twitter? Huh?
What?
Welcome, Paul.
Oh,
Braun talking to Braun.
We got Braun on Braun action. Can he break under Strowman? He's literally like looking at this man's tits. Like, that's how short he is compared to Braun Strowman. Of just, this is, beard to eyes.
Right. Now, people are saying that apparently Bret Hart's got the flu and he might not be there now tonight.
What?
So that would be funny. Now, Jared, that's not going to impact their ratings all that much, my guy. That's more of a treat for the in-crowd in the local fans. But the show's still going to draw.
I don't know. You might have gotten some people that were wanting for that.
I mean, it would hurt. Tweet from
you might get that, though, later on when I tell you. You might think it's Bret, but it won't be Bret.
There has been nothing about Raw going 2 hours in the past week or then an article. Okay, so now Stoner's saying the 2 hour thing is maybe not true. Did Trips put it out?
I don't know, but I'm going to leave you here with Scottish, fucking Thunder Dream here as we've got the Unholy Union taking on 2/3 of the big three out here for the women's tag team titles. But I will
right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the show rolls on. We are about 45 minutes into this one, and Isla and Alba coming out to the ring. Personally, one of my favorite teams, and I know I'm a little biased on this one. Braun talking is just meme to me at this point. Fair enough. Unholy for the win. Yeah, we will throw that up and get your predictions. Let's start a poll. Doing something unholy. All right, folks, get your votes in. Let us know who you're taking. Give us your predictions. Who do you got? How about 150 viewers? Braden, I agree. We're flirting with 120, 130. We can get more than that. Take this link, drop it anywhere you know they're talking about wrestling. Let's see if we can spike this bitch tonight. Bold prediction. Braun gets speared and gets pinned by Braun. If that match even happens, really. So very interesting how that's going to play out. Braun's not the number one contender yet, but if you're watching a Braun Breaker match, you're probably going to see a spear and a pin, Chambers. A storm is coming. Pause. It's that joke, Paul. Please tell me it because it's kind of obvious what it is. I'd have missed that. Bradley, how you doing? They would not be able to support Rampage and Collision if they were to go to Fox. Yeah, I don't believe the Fox thing. Again, I don't know the rumor of Shockwave going to Fox. Maybe Fox streaming. I don't know. Like, we saw all the issues with Fox, guys. AEW, with the middle fingers from their own talent alone, would spend half the show in dark. So I don't think that there's any validity to that rumor. I don't. If I see it and it goes the other way and I'm wrong, I'll accept that. But I don't believe there's any chance that they're getting into bed together unless it's on a streaming service or on like FS1, maybe they tuck it back there. But I don't know. Bull, got that one. My head hurts. My head's fucking pumping. We got another TNA pay-per-view this Friday. Victory Road. Yes, we do. Another Friday mega stream where we will have at least 3 shows live. We will be here for Victory Road. We will be here for SmackDown. We will be here for Rampage and so much more, folks, as we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there, and we continue to do so. And as I said earlier, we are the true unscripted coverage of all wrestling, not just one company, not just one show, but all the wrestling. Stoner Jesus, you just need I want some liquid death. Is it any good? Has anyone tried it? Scott, welcome. Thank you so much for the super chat. I met Maki Ito and Effie on Friday, and we'll be meeting Joe Hendria on. Dude, Scott, tell Joe we need to talk to him. Tell Joe we need him, bro. I swear to God, I'll send you a gift package. I'll send you a whole box of goodies. if you can get Joe over here. I need to talk to Joe Hendry. Got Bianca team for the win. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that was okay. Not sure what we're doing here. Sloppy as shit. Start this match. That's kind of what I thought as a possibility. Now, I know she is injured and she's dealing with that injury, so she's off the active side. But I wondered, because of her business lady gimmick in NXT, could she be an assistant, kind of like the way we saw with Sonya Deville for quite a while? It's true. It's true. Unforgiven. All right. Alba up over. Isla up over. Both women to the outside. And Destiny's Child standing tall to start this one off. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it's not screaming at the top of my lungs. And she's Santino's daughter, Ariana Grace, I guess. Watching that much wrestling can't be good for you. And at this point, 3 years deep, it's hard to argue. Jade, Bianca for the win. TBS on Wednesdays and Rampage on Fridays. Okay. Got Bianca's team for the win. How's the voting going? 78% are taking Team Destiny's Child. So I'll call that right now. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Don't say his name. He come in the person who has come to you. That sounds all types of dirty, Kira. So I will pause you on that. One day I be drawing a championship title. There you go, Roman. We were cheering for you, bro. All right, we got a little bit of a clunky spot, followed up better spot as Alba in charge of Jade, who's actually in the ring. That's interesting. KJ, I think Bret is still in the arena, but get looked by WWE docs. Yeah, they'll give him some IV drip. He'll be good to go. I don't think he was planning to do much, so I'd imagine he'd have to be super sick to disappoint Calgary fans. He's still a worker at heart, guys. Rest in peace. Yeah, 100% mega. T's and P's to a legend. One of the most notorious voices in all of history. Or infamous might be better than notorious. We'll take either. I think Pure Fusion Collection interfere. Possible, but they got their own business tonight. Remember, PFC is in a 6-woman tag. As Bianca's got Alba up and doing a little dance. And Belair's a star. I don't care what anybody says about that. Joe Hendry versus Beetlejuice since, yeah, there you go. Belair raining down punches on the back of Isla. The Cockney girls, I like it. KJ, what if we get Belair instead of Jade turning heel? I've been calling for that. JV, that's been my choice. If I could pick between the two, I think Belair would be a better surprise. Big backflip! But she, again, miles ahead of her friend. Belair needs to go away and Jade already. Just let Jade swim on her own. Nah, you're wrong. Belair should be mixing. Again, this is where you protect talent. This is where you protect your investment. This is where you make it make sense, Gilly. And I understand, I just don't agree with that. I think they're doing a great job working Jade in. And there will come that day. We will get that moment. And Belair doesn't have to go away. Belair's outstanding. The crowd loves her. She's one of the best women in all of wrestling. So have at her. Surprised it will be Belair who is the hot tag, not Storm. Yeah, I agree with that, Marvin. That's an interesting decision. We haven't seen that much. And I haven't seen Belair. I haven't seen Jade in a hot minute. But they're setting assisted power bomb. Sexy Rhea pin. This match is clunky, guys. I'm not going to lie. Fun fact, his voice was for the Bell Atlantic. Okay. Yeah, this tag match, considering these two teams have fought as much as they have as of late, guys, a little sloppy and a little clunky in the onset of this. But Jade helping Belair. Belair goes down. Jade pushing Isla into Alba. Going for the glam slam. Roll through. Super kick. Stepped on her partner. Why does Alba seem so sloppy? Yeah. Can't take it away from her. Fyre. And again, a little clunky from Alba. Gets the tag, goes for the double arm hook. Backpack. Does Moose win the belt back? No. Combo! 2-2-2. Jade with the save. Ram beat. Yeah, it did, right? It did. 157 is horrible. SmackDown was down as well, 1.7. So, again, an interesting Friday night. Even looking at the analytics within here, it was a little bit of a quieter Friday all the way around. But 157 hurts. Again, if you tell everybody in the world, like, this is the best wrestling, it's got to do better than 157, right? If SmackDown sucks so bad and Collision is so good, why are the numbers what they are? Help me. You still think that Liv keeps the title at Bad Blood? I do. Everyone is joke at Raw. I'll have Liv keep the title at Bad Blood and have Rhea win Royal Rumble, have WrestleMania. I don't know if they stretch it that far, my friend, but I see Dom be, helping Liv retain at Bad Blood. I don't know. I don't understand what you're saying about the joke part, but I would probably disagree with whatever you're saying. Prefer heel Jade over heel Bianca. True. And the champions retain. Sloppy match all around. The show has been good. What's your thoughts? Lisa, the opening street fight. Hell of a fun time. This match, again, the Judgment Day segment I thought was fine. Thought it was good. This match, sloppy. Champions get a win. Now, my honest opinion is they got to move on. I don't want to see the Unholy Union get forgotten, but that was a clunky one for my money. Is making friends all over with the awesome news about SmackDown next day is going to Peacock and Raw back to 2 hours. All right. You said it. Jade by herself would sink quicker than cement. Yeah, again, it's understanding your talent and presenting them, protecting your investment. Again, not wasting it. They signed Jade for long-term, guys. I think a lot of wrestling fans forget, and it's not just wrestling fans. It's sports fans. It's music fans. It's movie fans. It's just people in 2024. They want everything now. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm looking forward to where Jade will be a year from now. Go back and think of, I hate to use this comparable because people are going to jump on me, but we got the LWO on screen, by the way, but you go back to like the early days of Charlotte when she was a little bit clunky, couldn't figure it out, took some time to develop. And Jade, the AEW time didn't help her. She had no training. You had CM Punk have to teach her how to throw a chair shot. So you give it time.
Speaking of giving it time and being clunky,
there you go.
Yes. And I did just quick last second here check, and it's not just our chat. I even saw literally the first thing that popped up of SRS saying it. So of October 7th, Monday Night Raw will be going to 2 hours.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's amazing. Let's go. I'm good with that. That means I get done early on a Monday. I like it.
Well, and that's a really. It's a smart decision. Like, it's a decision that people have been talking about for years at this point.
Oh, Ray and Dragon Lee want them tag belts.
They're going to do this tonight.
Oh, you just made a huge mistake. Belair is the only real talent. Gilly, wrong again. Are you just trying to be wrong? Like, did you drink all the haterade tonight or what?
Maybe he's just out there just like, here, you talk about this. You talk about this. You be mad about this. He's trying to. All right, Bret Hart. Yeah. Bret. I guess screw your IVs, screw your, swabs and everything like that. We've got Bret Hart walking backstage.
Midnight from WCW Greater Than Jam. Fair enough. Yes, this match is super sloppy, but still super sexy. Again, if you're going to be sloppy, you might as well be sexy, I suppose.
Pause. I mean, we do both. We do both.
As ladies and gentlemen, we go to our first commercial break here on Raw tonight. A pretty good start. The first hour flew by. And like I said, I'm not letting them off the hook for anybody who wants to say I am. Where's my buddy from earlier? Code. that tag match, Nick, I'm not sure how much you caught of it. Sloppy.
I definitely caught your opinion of it, and especially if you're out there, drooling and slobbering, and you're out there saying it's, sloppy and it's not talking about you, then yeah, it's definitely not the best match that they could have had. But since we are in commercial break, and shout out everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that tunes in for anything and everything. We've got 120. I've seen we've been at 130. We're tiptoeing at 5.66 or something like that. We're we're getting closer to 666. We're out there going to be running with the devil and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I did want to bring up an article that is from Sportskeeda, my favorite article in place of all time, because they constantly just deal in what ifs. I always love clicking it, in the middle of the morning of what if so and so traded so and so to so and so.
Okay.
That was never going to happen.
Yeah.
But so they quoted our buddy from Hameen Media, Bin Hameen, about the idea of Endeavor having somebody set in line to replace Triple H once because this becomes a full Endeavor deal.
Is it not currently a full Endeavor deal?
Well, to where it would be, because they're WWE. Let me read the quote and we'll get there. Okay. I'm surprised that Triple H is still running the show with Nick Khan and Deuce over there, to be honest with you, because you can never really say it's an Endeavor product with those guys on the team. Do they have tons of decades of experience to captain it? Yeah. But right now, somebody from Endeavor is probably shadowing them so they can learn it all, and then they'll push them out eventually too.
No, okay.
That makes 0.0 sense.
This is even I don't even know how to talk about this. It's all stupid. Whoever said it is an idiot. And at the end of the day,
I guess.
Oh, sorry. But again, they're not trying to ask Dana White. Then if that's
and literally, it's so funny because the next part of the article underneath it, and this again shows you how much Sportskeeda is just clickbait bullshit, aggregation on the nth degree because the next article is talking about someone saying how Triple H would be always in line Dana White is. I think it was actually a quote from Ari, and then it was someone else like Conan saying, well, they'd put Bruce Pritchard in there if Triple H wasn't there. It's like,
oh, yeah.
So you have one section saying they wouldn't go with WWE guys. The other section saying they'd go the most WWE guys.
Yeah, no, 100% fucking stupid. Not going to happen. They like the job. Every report I've read or seen or anyone I've talked to, Triple H is making them big money. Triple H is booking really good shows, booking really good pay-per-views, landing a lot of these big fucking deals with the help of Nick Khan. Triple H and Nick Khan are thick as sleeves. And until they want to back out or the product goes south, they're going to let them do it. Endeavor doesn't want to run it. Endeavor wants to sit back and count dollars. They don't want to do the work. They want the paycheck.
You don't buy it. If you're at a level like that, you don't buy a company because you want to, like you said, you don't want to run it. You want to buy what's already a fucking machine that's running. You sat there and had Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns at the fucking Bloomberg fucking, conference and everything.
Bret Hart.
In
all due respect,
I know he's a Canadian hero. His theme music is not that great.
It's a classic. You leave the excellence.
You leave the tragically hip alone.
You leave. I'm not even a hip. I'm not that much of a hip fan.
Really?
That's funny. I'm so it's almost
you leave Nickelback alone.
A little more. I get shit at times for not being as much the hip have a couple songs. It just was never the biggest hip fan.
Bret's music really works in its time, and now it's super dated as fuck.
Well, I mean, dude, that's old Hulk Hogan's music.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, you still throw on a real American, and I mean, depends on what state you're in. It might go certain ways, but
that's just America. Fuck yeah,
America. Yeah, but it's still really nice to think about this on the grand scheme of things. Bret Hart is in a WWE ring right now.
Yeah, but you're not gonna wait. What?
I was just saying on a good note that Bret Hart's in the WWE right now. Like, let's think about this. Vince McMahon is out of WWE and Bret Hart is in WWE.
Yeah, what the fuck
is time?
Bret. Ladies and gentlemen, get some hearts in there. Get some fire in that chat. The excellence of execution is in the ring. Punk is clearly better, so Drew needs backup. Scottish NWO. Drew, Drew and Gallus, if you're going to do that. That's it.
He does still have, Bret does still have the best tagline in wrestling, though, of I am the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And I'm so glad to be part of the channel that is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Undeniable. Emo, that's my theory. That's my theory, is I think Drew McIntyre beats up Bret to piss off Punk.
Bret Hart eats a Claymore, flu and everything, just eats a Claymore, just, you know. Well, I know I hate Goldberg for his big boot, but I'll eat a big boot spot right now.
Yeah, he might not take a Claymore. Maybe he just gets pushed down, or I don't know. We don't have to go all lucky.
He's that frail of an old man. You just shove him and he can't fight back. This is the Hitman.
He's had a stroke. I mean, he's not what he was.
So then don't bring him out here.
What? They're fucking bad.
You stay at the ramp. You stay at the ramp.
You're silly.
I know I am, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Canadian champions will take on anybody and never ever back down. You fucking remember that, everybody.
Yeah, just they also won't beat anybody.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Toronto, best that ever lost, best ever.
Yeah, how are those Bills doing?
Yeah, fuck, we won, motherfucker. We won. You took Josh Allen, so shut the fuck up.
Here comes Gunther.
Yay! I told you.
Did you?
Yes, I said that Bret Hart will be involved in the Gunther spot. I said this all the way on Sunday.
Oh, I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
I even said, even earlier before the show, I said that Bret Hart will put over Sami Zayn.
Yeah, you're right. Actually,
so we're halfway there.
So he's amping up Canadian champions. Yeah, okay. There you go. Nick got him. I wanted Drew to beat him up, not Gunther.
That doesn't mean it won't happen. Just because this is happening doesn't mean that won't happen.
Right? Bret the Hitman Hart. I love that MTB. The most bitter man in all of wrestling.
Literally, just if Salty was a person.
Did your shit go black?
No. Hey, how's it feel, motherfucker?
It just blinked for a second there. $5 says Bret eats a chop. I'm down with it. I want to get hit with something. I don't know why.
Bret, you got to still take a bump. I don't care if you're 60.
Right.
Take a bump.
Gunther getting all the heat. I love it.
And he hasn't said anything. He's just showing about all of that.
He interrupted a Canadian in Canada. That's not a good choice.
Y'all are polite as fuck. I'm surprised he didn't sit there and just say, "Oh, sorry, my bad."
Not really. We got a lot of pride, folks. Again, we don't run around with guns and shoot each other like maniacs, but
hey,
if the clip fits, Bret Hart hates
shit. That's dirty. That's dirty what you did. I caught you.
Take it back. I apologize.
Yeah.
One more match. I don't think Bret physically could do one more match. He barely
No.
How much you want to bet, Sam? Well, he's supposed to now. I think that's a foregone conclusion. Forgiven. Nick looks frozenly angry. America. How you feeling about it, Nick? Go team. What do you think? Nick, don't move if you agree that Canada is the best country. First time in 9 years. Somebody made a comment about Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was a better performer. I 100% agree with that. I was never a diehard Bret fan. I mean, again, a good old Canadian. Yeah. But, Bret Hart is one of the best wrestlers to ever do it. Oh, there you go.
Hi, am I alive?
Oh, we think so. I asked you a lot of questions while you were frozen.
Yeah, well, no, I literally, as soon as I heard, the last thing I heard is Nick looks frozenly angry. And I was like, fitting because everything just decided to cease to be. So throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Am I good?
Yeah, you're back. JV,
Okay.
We don't talk politics on this channel, and if you're American, you should not talk about any country's politics. You got an orange running against, well, whatever the fuck that is, so
I'm not going to say nothing.
you don't talk politics. Here comes Sammy!
Hey, I told...
With a Calvary jersey! That's sacrilege!
Hey, and a fucking Flames are now as a Quebecer... Does he not burst into flames?
It's a Goudreau jersey, bro. That's why.
Oh, all right.
That's why. Hold on tight before you.
Well, I saw the front, not the back.
That's why I was like, hold up. So in homage, for those who don't know, Johnny Goudreau and his brother tragically were killed in an accident a couple weeks ago. Absolutely heartbreaking story, days before their sister's wedding. So that's why he's wearing the jersey. And he's in Calgary, so he gets big pop.
Yeah, no, I guess T's and P's, I guess I have to, 10 lashings because I didn't realize.
No, you're good.
But still 100%.
Yeah.
That, as somebody who's got plenty of brothers, and I know you do as well, I've met half of them. It sucks the big one and everything. Shit like that.
That's funny. Gunther's favorite wrestler, Goldberg. What a troll job. That's amazing. The flame sweater goes so hard. All right, Sammy versus Gunther. Bad Blood's an okay, feed Sammy to Gunther match. I like it.
And it justifies it because think about it, that ties in the IC belt feud and everything.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
You put a nice little button on shit.
Yeah. Gunther just said, Bill Go. Yeah, that's the best shit. To say it to Bret. Bret's whole body. Look at the smile on Bret's face.
Yeah.
You smell the fart.
Bret's one of those old guys of just, I don't give a fuck. So you can 100% read everything that's actually going on in Bret's head.
Yeah.
Just off his face. Like right now, he's just having the fucking time of his life. Right. He's like, this guy's talking all the shit I don't need to.
Gunther saying his favorite wrestler is Goldberg is priceless, guys. Nikki's AI confirmed.
Yeah, you need to do it. I am Skynet. Yeah.
KJ and Nick, I see that Rhea and Priest coming back from the hospital to stand tall. Possibly, we are getting Rey Mysterio versus Finn later tonight.
We'll see.
Is it Cody versus Gunther at Survivor Series? No, we're going to get it at Bad Blood, I believe, Kyle.
Yes, sir.
Nick's battery died.
Yeah, reboot the charger. Yeah, you need to do it.
Yeah, the story apparently is Bret and Shawn have made amends, and they used to be friends, and now they're kind of buddies again. They talk to each other once in a while. The past hatred, they all kind of blame Vince, so they're kind of.
Long story short is Shawn found Jesus, and that's where we go from there. Yeah,
and Bret found Goldberg, so
yeah, Bret found someone else to be pissed about.
But yeah, no, we love y'all. I'm a New York Rangers fan. That's rough. I don't even want to talk about the Boston Bruins. Another reason to be mad at Gilly tonight is, yeah, we do. We shit the bed. I can't even argue. I can't. We suck. We're a great regular season team for 20 years.
Is Gilly just like the burner account of Boston?
I think it is Boston. I actually think it's Boston now.
I apologize if you're two separate individuals, but I've just now planted the conspiracy theory in Gage's head.
Sammy has a beating coming up. I believe that 100%. I'm with you, golfer. It's going to be a hell of a match, though. I think Sammy's an amazing talent, and he's going to give Gunther a battle, but he's going to be black and blue for it. Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, just walks away. Gunther's so good as champ, guys. Goldberg is my favorite wrestler.
What even said as your challenge remains no. And I was going to say, this man can't out here.
He called him a coward.
This man can't be chopping Sammy in a Goudreau jersey and everything.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, there'll be riots on the streets. We've seen how Canada deals with things.
Having a hockey fight in a hockey jersey is an homage. Here comes Sammy. You're going to do something? You're going to do something? I like this a lot. Gutless yellow coward. I like this. What are you going to do, Gunther? What are you going to do, Gunther? There we go!
Hey, we got a hockey fit at the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game is the best game you can play.
Gilly likes the exchange. I'm with you, Gilly. Again, I like it.
He wins now, Kish.
Right. Sean still believes a lot of people, including me, believe that it was a lot of Bret's fault of what happened. 100%. And he knows better. He came from the business. So, and at different times. So, again, one of the greatest stories in wrestling history, though. And it created the evil Mr. McMahon.
That was the Big Bang to pro wrestling. So the pro wrestling we know, that's the Big Bang.
Yeah, kind of. That's a valid point, Nick.
I think it is the point, because think about it. Everything, and I do mean everything, whether it's fucking WCW's uptick, whether it's WWE's uptick, everything spirals from that.
SmackDown Friday will be 3 hours. This Friday? Why is everyone
with people just throwing out numbers for shows and shit? How about we'll be here till the show's done?
Yeah, fuck it. As we got Pete Dunne and Braun talking to all the contenders, giving all the contenders a heads up. Come on, Bret. I wanted Bret to take a bump. I want to see if he still could do it.
Nah.
Right.
Fucking Pete Dunne out here looking like if Willy Wonka went on a fucking bender. He looks like if Dempsey went off the wagon.
Willy Wobbly, not Willy Wonka.
Willy Wobbly instead of Willy Wonka. Is Willy Wonka's fucking alcoholic factory, his brewery, instead of his fucking chocolate factory.
Oh, so Pete Dunne saying he's hoping to be double champ?
You do what, bruv?
Well, Bret Hart versus Goldberg. Hell in a Cell confirmed.
Oh, jeez.
No offense to good old Bret. He doesn't want that fight. He doesn't want that fight.
I don't think Bill wants that fight either. Bill will knock himself out before he gets to the fucking ring.
But Bill's in I think a much better physical shape than Bret is at this point in history.
He looks in a much better physical shape for all of 2 seconds.
Yeah. Oh shit! Sheamus says Shillelagh. There's been a very big, like, British, UK, Irish fucking contingent on the show tonight.
Oh, I think that's just the mid card.
Oh, so Sheamus swinging at everybody. Get off me.
Well, no, I think that is just their mid card, because you've got Jade, you've got Finn, you've got Sheamus, you've got Pete Dunne out there. But yeah, Sheamus just swinging his big shillelagh and smacking people in faces.
Where's Waller when we? Yeah, I like that, gamer. That one's funny, right? And here comes the Judgment Day again.
Right.
Leave Gene Wilder out of this. I like that.
Yeah, well, fair enough. See, everything that I liked about Finn's entrance is just the Judgment Day's new thing.
What do you mean? Yeah.
The whole shit behind it. No, I didn't realize that. I guess I haven't paid attention that they changed that shit up from being it all fucking purple and everything.
Yeah.
So now it's a bunch of new literally like it's a goddamn stamp on a notarized document.
Oh, you don't like it? I think it's...
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I just didn't notice the change.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's new. And I know it's new. And I like that the individual members kind of have their own little take on it when they're like not with the group, and then you kind of revert back to the one.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is, I just saw Finn's first. I was like, that's dope if that was Finn's thing. But if this is Judgment Day's thing, which this seems to be, yeah.
What do you mean? Why don't you like Finn and Judgment Day? Like he's been part of this.
I'm not saying I don't like Finn and Judgment Day. I was just more getting hyped for his entrance and thought that it was just a Finn thing. And
Okay.
if he kept that just being outside of Judgment Day, now that I'm seeing that it was a Judgment Day thing.
Yeah, no, I want the continuity. I want it to be all together. Like if you're in the group, act like you're in the group. Don't come out with four separate
I
entrances.
get
This
that.
is not
I'm
the other
saying if
company,
he
my
was
guy.
outside of the group, if he split away, I would have wished that
Okay.
he would have had what he had now. Is
Mhm.
what I'm saying. It was not that big of a discussion, and you have made it
Hey,
this big
trying
of
to
a
make sense.
discussion.
Trying to make sense of the logic, my guy, but it's all
It was a move along and get along, and you have made it a stop along and hop along.
what a show so far. Finn never fitted in the Judgment Day. He's what? That's asinine. He's leading the fucking Judgment
I
Day.
didn't say nothing like that.
Yeah, no. Dragon Lee for the win. Yeah, Dragon Lee versus Dom Dom. Break number 3.
Right.
What is the over under tonight?
I don't know if Curtis has done that. I think he was too busy popping a little bit of the bubbly there to let us know.
Right.
The over under.
Finn for the win. Hornswoggle save Sheamus. I like it. Fella.
They continue to save Dom's new Tron. Oh, he's crashing out soon. Oh, what?
Dom is the furthest thing from crashing out. There is not many people and factions out there that get the heat that the Judgment Day do. Dom, Liv are getting tons of it. Finn got booed hard tonight from the Calgary crowd. Again, JD as half the tag teams. I love them as a tag team together. I think they have potential to continue to be a good tag team. Carlito there as the comic relief and the throw-in Patsy. I have no problem with the Judgment Day right now. I think they're over, and that's why they're such a big part of Raw.
I'll ask you this, and I know you're about to pause, but is current Judgment Day, new Judgment Day, I'd say, better than OG Judgment Day?
Yeah, I think it's the best rendition of it. The Edge one sucked completely because that was just Edge doing monologues, and they never really accomplished anything. Rhea, Damian, and the crew was a really good addition of it. I have no problem with that. This one remains to be seen. I think there was a little more star power with Rhea and Damian in the group, but now they breaking away and having Finn go after Damian. I like Judgment Day. I got no problem
this
with them.
feels more like Rat Pack of one of those to the extent
trash.
literally one you gotta go at one of us, you gotta take on all of
Exactly.
us.
Yeah, the street trash. Like the fucking, they get you in an alley and you gotta fight 1-on-5 every single fucking time.
They're the outsiders there. Stay golden, pony boy.
But yeah, they're fuckers. They're assholes. And that's what they're supposed to be. So they're little buggers if you want to go that way. I just saw a question I want to answer before I bounce, but the mystery partner, I want Trish. You said Natty.
I'm saying Natty. I still
Natty makes sense. Natty. I like
Natty. Especially you're gonna get the second pop of Bret's music per tangentially.
That way, I think
I tried to say words and I couldn't find words.
All right. Well, I'll try and keep an eye on you. Well, hopefully you're
right. He's gonna go and find me hooked on the phonics, lesson there is KJ, as we're in a commercial break right now. So folks, let us know what you're thinking about. Let me know what you want to talk about, honestly, when it comes to wrestling. I know we've talked about everything when it comes to even AW All Out and beyond that. There's still the whole alleged Fox deal with Shockwave, which I still think is interesting. Why would we need to add a fifth brand at this point? Because you've got Dynamite, you've got Dynamite, you've got Rampage, you've got Ring of Honor, you've got Collision. So this would be your fifth division or fifth show. Why do we need to do that? Why? As we're getting a little hype package here for Bad Blood, which I believe, Ringside Anthony might actually be there, if you want to get a little, self here. But as we've got they really are the fucking outsiders, honestly. They're goth outsiders. As still, he's got the fucking Shiner, does Dom, and Liv just clung to his fucking back like a goddamn chihuahua. As we've got the LWO coming out right now. So, folks, let us know whether you're taking the LWO or the Judgment Day right now in this match, whether you're taking Dragon Lee or, Condom Mysterio here. Got Dragon Lee for the win, says Dale. Man, he's 100%. He's got that full Shiner rocking. So far, we got Rhea versus Liv and Priest versus Balor at Bad Blood. Not a bad shout. And I'm sure we're still going to get, something between Drew and CM Punk. And I'm sure we're still going to get Gunther involved in that. Now, it's interesting that, and I know it's still just all rumor. It's all just literally we've been trying, I guess, as a fan base to speak it into existence of a Hell in a Cell match being advertised for that show. But is this setting up to where right now Drew Punk's the only one that's going to happen? It literally gets that visceral of a point because we've still got potentially Drew to show up here. Yeah. As we've got Dragon Lee and Dom Mysterio underway right now as Dragon Lee's eating a boot from Dom. So far, yeah, got that one. Yes, Anthony letting everybody know he'll be live there in person when it comes to Bad Blood. Because maybe now we got Bad Blood. He's going to be like Taylor Swift out there in the press box. Except no Travis Kelce or nothing. Christian saying what up to Denisha, Emo, all rise for the Judgment Day. Well, the Judgment Day, are we talking about this iteration, the past iteration? Like I said, of this iteration of the Judgment Day very much feels like, the ragtag misfits, the little kids took over the clubhouse and everything a little bit. They set mommy and daddy packing here. As he's blowing kisses to Liv on the outside. As Dom's in control, as I feel we're probably going to go to a commercial break here. There we go, as everybody was just kind of sauntering around outside. But we are in a commercial break right now. I don't know which one out of how many, but I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything, and I do mean anything when it comes to wrestling out there. 100%. We're back at it tomorrow for NXT, its debut, or its USA week and everything like that, to where we've got the open challenge of Jordan Grace defending her title on NXT as well. We were going to have the Rascals, but now we've got the Street Profits. Then we're back at it at Wednesday of the follow-up from everything and all out. What are you? Let me know right now in the chat if you are intrigued to tune in to Wednesday based off of what happened in All Out. Like, positively or negatively? Or are you waiting to see what happens, how they follow it up? Or, like, did it spark that enough in you that you want to see what happens next? Or is it one of those of, oh, God, can it really get this much worse? And then Thursday, we've got Let's Rumble. Friday, we've got the Steel Cage match. The debut, again, USA week. The season premieres of anything and everything. We've got the debut, the return of Friday Night SmackDown on USA Network. And we've got Solo Sikoa taking on Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship in a steel cage. And again, I don't think there'll be any syringes or steel chairs potentially used in that match. Polo, what up, saying these last 2 weeks of AEW have been the best they've ever been. Oh, sir. Now, are you including All Out in that? Because to me, what they did on Wednesday Night Dynamite, and that's the biggest issue a bit of this, is what they had on Wednesday. They had everybody paying attention. They pushed the edge. They sat there and they set a house on fire. You haven't seen that in Christ since Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, I believe, on WWE television or anything like that, to where they've sat there and set anything on fire like that. And it made sense, and it fit with it being such a visceral blood feud. And then they had that cage match. And there was nothing about that came across as this is a blood feud, as this is, I can't wait to beat you, of I want to inflict as much as I can on you. That outdid any of the matches that they've had before. Until we got to, we're sticking a syringe in Swerve's cheek. Just because there's nothing built to that, nothing followed that, really. That was just literally, we just did it for shock and awe value, which honestly at that point is just the lowest common denominator of attention seeking. And then you followed up with the chair shot, I guess, round the world of that man fucking put a fucking horse collar on Swerve with a chair shot. It just was so much to do about nothing. Of you put people at risk, you turn people away, you did a bunch of bullshit for nothing. All for what was the weakest match in that entire feud. As we're back underway and from commercial break with Dom Mysterio twisting and twirling and flexing, twirling the mustache, but it still got him taking on Dragon Lee. 50-50 odds to give about AW Wednesday. Vance, fair enough. Chris Berman needs to retire. AJH3, I think he already has. I mean, we've got Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett, and we've got Dragon Lee hopping over with a boot to the face on Dom Mysterio. So, I mean, unless you're calling me Chris Berman, which I don't know if I've done a back yet. I don't know. I think he's already done. A bunch of cacophonata, 100% MDB. It was, and this is, to me, the biggest takeaway on all of this. Of anything that you would have drawn from that, you pushed just as much, if not more than that, away. There was nothing gained, really, with that, outside of people talking about it. And you got more negative attention than you did positive. That's why, think about it. That press conference was after the show was so much more different than any other press conference they've done. There's a fucking reason for that. I like Dragon Lee, but I don't need to see more Dragon Lee Dawn matches. I mean, they go a good bit. I mean, it still works. So you've got, a bit of this mid-card division. It's interesting seeing how that these factions are feuding, but also not feuding at the same time. So that might be a little bit what makes this, not as interesting. But to me, I like seeing both guys in action, and especially Dragon Lee's double stomp and just folds Dom like a fucking envelope out there. JD doing double duty. There you go. He's a lifer. AJH3. Christopher. I honestly didn't know he was still going. Keep it a buck. Ungiven saying he likes Shady McDonough as we've got everybody fighting on the outside as Joaquin hits a swanton on all parties excluded here. So it seems to be we're just sending everybody packing up. As a little chop block from Liv. So Liv's going to help Dom with 619. Why was the press conference after All In so cut down? I think it's easy to tell, but 2-3 as Dom wins after the frog splash, and Liv even helps him out with the little fucking chop block. How you doing?
And the crowd boos. They fucking perfect way to get the heat. Dragon Lee CL. Dom gets the win. And they continue to be a pain in the ass couple.
100%. And it's still, you kind of thought it was just going to be a straight up one-on-one match. You had everybody you assume pretty much get taken out. With Walking Wild's little swanton on everybody on the outside, the whole kerfuffle, and then you forget Liv's there and little chop block, and that sets everything up.
Right. As folks, we are in triple digits. Let's get that number up to 150. Let's go. Take this link, share with your friends, and get that number back up. But Kyrie, all bandaged up. I don't know if people saw the picture of the stitches, but she got a handful of stitches above the eye after her big spot. But letting the champs know they are not done. Sky Pirates want more.
I'm all the way here for it.
Now we're about to find out who's joining the ladies to take on PF Chang's. PFC. My bad.
PFC, not KFC, but PFC.
It's funny because in Canada, all the KFC buckets also have PFC on it because that's the French. Poulet, fried, whatever.
Poulet frais corset.
But here comes the PFC.
I know her last name's DeVille with Sonya DeVille, but they're out here in the black and white's like Cruella DeVille, Cruella DeVille. Hey, shut up the choker.
Interesting. This is an interesting comment from Ken. I listened to Bully Ray and Mark Henry say that in Monet and Sheeta, from their wrestler's eyes, Monet potatoed Sheeta and Sheeta gave it back, and Monet had the what? Yeah, I remember like that. There was that clunky kind of near the end of the match. It was. I don't disagree with this. It was a sloppy match.
I just remember the match being bad. I don't need to sit there and count potatoes or anything. I just remember that match being as bad, if not worse. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, Nick. Right now, they are acknowledging Johnny Gaudreau and his brother. The man who was responsible is facing charges, as he should be. Anybody that gets behind the wheel intoxicated and takes a life or injures anybody should be heavily accountable. And using the addition of the vehicle and the inebriation should make the charges even stronger.
Yo.
But look they're going outside of the memorial, outside the Saddle Dome. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I'm not even Canadian. I'll do it.
Oh man, this is this transcends nationality.
Oh, I'm saying to take the piss, my guy. I'm not saying it in that way. No, 100%. This is just fucking sad. Again, as a country who literally, it's a dime a dozen with us, and we literally had a fucking whole situation in Georgia and everything like that, to where you see somebody that is still not even cracked 30 and everything, and has nothing but promise to have him and everything, just because some idiot decided that, I'm good. No, the fuck you ain't. No, the fuck you ain't. Just always remember that, folks. No, the fuck you ain't.
No, and again, remember, life is short, and we preach about it all the time on this channel. And as a person who's been, knocking on that door a couple times, life is short. Love who you love. Be positive. Be happy. We deal with a lot of negativity and a lot of fucking stupidity over silly wrestling. There's good in everything, guys. So, in loving memory of Johnny and Matthew Gaudreau, 94-24, dude, that's my brother's age. That's heartbreaking. It's so sad. They were on their way to their sister's wedding. And again, instead of having one of the happiest days of her life, she loses two of her brothers for nonsense. So again, if you're sitting around and there's somebody you need to talk to, or you haven't said sorry to, now is the time. Life is too short not to be happy. So wake up tomorrow and find a reason to smile. And if we are it, we will be it.
Oh, 100%. Now I guess I'll tie it into even James Earl Jones here with "Remember Who You Are, Simba."
I like it. But we go back to a commercial break, folks. Again, we are rolling on. We will find out what's coming up next. They have not unveiled the mystery opponent or the mystery tag partner as of yet. Natty makes a lot of sense. I'm hoping for Trish, though. Me and C Money, we're hoping for Trish.
Well, and I feel, do they do it just because of we just came off the sad shit, so we gotta really get it happy.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Shazonia.
There we go. That's still better than Pure Fusion Collective. That sounds like Neil deGrasse Tyson should be talking about that. So, folks, when we have the Pure Fusion Collective, and if we do that, then we can actually determine how far we are from that star. That sounds like some shit like he would say. That's 100% all the fucking vitamins. That's not at all should be a wrestling name.
Right? Not wrong, my friend. Not wrong. I like that. But folks, if you want to wait and we'll find out, over under on commercials is 8. I'm going over.
Oh, what are we saying 8 from now, or are we saying 8 total? Because if it's 8 from now, maybe, but if it's 8 total, nah. We're at 3 or 4 now.
Yeah.
We're halfway there. Oh,
we're more than halfway there.
We're heading towards
the last hour. So, Yeah, man. Time
Well,
to
last
fight.
hour and a half.
Yeah, fair enough. Lita is the mystery tag partner. Oh, okay. Friday is KO's mystery partner going to be Cena? His history with Theory, and they bring Cena out.
What did you just ask me?
So on Friday, KO needs a tag partner. It's a mystery tag, just like now. For SmackDown, they're taking on Waller and Theory. Does John Cena help KO? Is it John Cena as the mystery partner? He's close to returning, and
that's where I would thought I was gonna go. I thought you asked me about it being like Theory or Waller or something like that. Yeah, no. What makes sense 100% of you start to dip your toe in there with John of see how it goes and where we want to go with it and everything.
Yeah, and I mean, again, if it's a one-off, and
it's the season fucking premiere.
Yeah,
it's going to be one of those of we're back on SmackDown or we're back on USA. So that's why I said they're going to do the Cody Rhodes solo steel cage match for the title
Vancouver
on there.
Man, I kind of want to go to Vancouver for this, man. War Games in Vancouver.
Generals Gala them now masses.
What a lovely. Yeah, they didn't have to do that. It was unwrestling related, but it was really cool that the WWE, and I know WWE from some of the detractors take a lot of heat for being just the big old, muscle machine. But it was a really nice touch that they did that. I mean, they didn't have to.
Right.
So tonight, Ray versus Finn. That should be a fun match.
So we gotta be getting that like now.
No, up next is still the PFC.
Oh yeah, fuck. I wanted to move past it.
Right.
Yeah, it's got to go that, then that match, then you get to the four-way because that's got a main event and that's got to get some fucking time, especially with who's involved and what it means. You've been weaving that story throughout the show. That's got to go for a bit.
Yeah. Why Wendy's, Christian? Why would Wendy's? Like, who's getting Wendy's for bad blood?
I mean, Baconator. I'm never going to say no to a Baconator. I'm a fat kid. Yeah. Hashtag not sponsored. Hashtag Wendy's if you'd like to sponsor. I will fucking we'll have a whole Baconator breakdown for all I give a shit.
Right. As Zelina in the aisleway waiting for her backup.
You don't think she could at least put, instead of flames, like maple leafs or anything like that? Seeing how she's in Canada.
I mean, again, she's not Canadian, and she's red and white.
I know. I'm just being fucking picky and finicky. There ain't a whole lot of talk about with the fucking PFC, my guy. I'm sorry.
Right, Wendy's $1 Frosties right now. Don't sleep. No, go get a Frosty and then dip your fries in there.
Bro, there's on the Wendy's app. Again, hashtag not sponsored, at least by me. If you buy a Baconator, you get a Baconator free.
That's a deal. Let's go.
Shit. So, yeah, trust me, my fat ass has been like, yup. I'll pay $9 for $18 worth of burgers.
Sonya Deville cutting off the entrance. And the fans like Lyra's entrance, which is funny because it's good. They like doing the woo. So
well, and it's fun. PFC is out here just turning into like female NWO, but not the good NWO, like Scott Norton, Virgil, Brian Adams, the disciple NWO shit.
Right. Nick will probably hate me for this, but I think Lyra is beautiful.
Nah, you can have that.
This is where wrestling fans are funny because Marvin said the exact opposite of you. Zelina's Puerto Rican. Why is she wearing a red leaf?
Oh, for fuck. It's flames. It's flames. It's not even a leaf. It's flames.
It's Natty. Nikki got it.
Hey.
Corey. Well, we're in Calgary.
Right, 100%. That's literally my entire thesis behind this statement, sir, was
Hey,
Bret's here and Calgary. Yeah, what the fuck is she? Save a horse riding cowboy.
Natty, the only Canadian that gets less votes from me than Jody Threat.
Yo, well, fucking see through my ass. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, her and her sister.
Yeah, no.
And them things are thanging.
No.
In the house.
She's showing them things.
Natty looks amazing. Let's go. Spooky Chew is beautiful. I love Spooky Chew.
Scooby-Doo. Roro.
She's already in her PJs, man. When she's ready for bed, let's go. My friend
Whoa.
was. That guy is pink. Is big. That guy is big. Who's wearing pink? As we are off and running, folks, get your predictions in.
Oh, he's talking about the dude in like the front row in the corner.
Oh, I was like, who's wearing pink?
Well, you just said that dude is pink. I was like, me? What? I know I'm hot and bothered, but goddamn. As boot from Shayna onto Zelina on the outside. So quick tags all here between PFC. We're setting it off of they're working as a unit out here.
Oh, MDB, man, you break me. Canada barely made a sound for Natty. That's sad. It's Natty.
She's commonplace. She's the flotation device. She's the fucking, in case the plane goes down,
Yeah, and I think a lot of people went, oh, that makes sense. Like, I think a lot of people reacted like we did. Like,
that's what I was saying. I wasn't saying it was some groundbreaking thing. I was just like, to me, that's the lowest hanging fruit possible.
Yeah, I wanted the goat, not the boat.
Well, and still, it is a thing to be said of Natty's been off for a bit and everything, and she did have that brief period to where everyone's like, "Oh, Natty to AEW, how'd that work out?" Right. Yeah.
As we go to commercial break, folks, the show rolls on. We got a 6-lady tag match right now, and 70% of the people are taking Team Natty for the win. I'm going to go against Team Natty.
Of course you are, because KJ, despite living there, hates Canada.
You're right. I just pick on their wrestlers.
Literally, you have. It's rare, honestly, when you like sports team. Yay, you're all the way fucking for it. When it comes to actually picking a Canadian wrestler, fucking good luck.
Team Natty for the win.
Yeah.
MDB giving us a little bit of liar limit. Mama.
Y'all do that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Remember,
y'all can have that. That might be what I'm mad at.
69% going for Natty. Go figure.
Whoa.
I can't make it up. It's 69% still.
I mean, them things is thinking.
Who is
not as much as Bailey's things were thinking, but yes, them things is thinking.
Who's the Queen of Canada? Trish Stratus. I've already established that. Look, I like this one. We have a prime minister. No, we have a fuckboy.
But do you have a prime fixer?
What? We have a douche pillow. Who's going to win a team they're giving Mike time to, or the random babyface jobbers thrown together? I'm with you on that. That's my take. See, money said what I was thinking.
Baby faces are winning because baby faces.
Nah, you're building up
Canada return. So you're going against Team Natty. Of course you are, because the only thing that could make you more against this team is if Jody Threat was on the fucking team.
Oh yeah, they're definitely not getting the votes. Poor Jody. Right. Poor Jody. Jody's just always up against badasses.
I'm waiting for the day we interview Jody or run across her at like a convention or something. I'll just be like, "Hey, here's the man who hates you."
Right. You're like, I never think you're gonna win, but you seem really good at what you do.
You're good at what you do, but you're never gonna win.
Right. I feel like Anthony's at home right now shaking his head. Come on, KJ. Jody's awesome.
Right.
They all got a prime Sinister. Yeah, that's pretty fucking close, MDB.
Mr. Sinister.
Are we getting Rey Mysterio match tonight? Because of I'm not watching that match. I'm tired of Rey Mysterio. Take a break. Oh, come on. Leave Ray alone. And Ray did take a break. He was injured. Ray will take on Finn Balor tonight.
Who needs to take a break more, Chris Jericho or Rey Mysterio?
It's not even a close race. There's nobody in wrestling that should.
I know, but they're the closest in age and situations.
Yeah, but
if you were going to go across the wrestling landscape, those are the two closest in that bracket.
Fair enough, but I don't think I don't recall a moment where I was like, man, Rey Mysterio's really lost a step. Like, I mean, he's not the lucha he used to be, but he's not the fucking tub of fucking uselessness that Jericho is.
Ray's not the lucha you used to be, and Jericho's not the person you used to be.
Right? That was Shayna throwing herself into the apron.
I thought for half a second we were starting to go with chicken fighting out there and everything. Ray can still wrestle.
And Ray's not in a prominent spot. Like, Ray's used in that lower middle card, great for a pop. The kids still love him. They still sell his mask. Natty on fire!
Yeah, I told you. Hellfire and brimstone. Yeah, walks with Natalia Neidhart tonight.
Until Lyra eats the pin.
No, she's not gonna eat the pin. She's gonna take the pin, if anything. She's getting. I give you Lyra gets the pin more than she takes the pin.
Who? What? Eating the pin means taking the pin.
I know, and I'm saying that she would be the one that actually gets the pin. Right. Like, she gets the victory for the team before she actually, takes the L here.
Right. Speaking of that, while this match is going, CM Punk top in merch sales. Bray Wyatt still in the top 10. Over a year after his death, still in the top 10, Bray Wyatt. That's
not
amazing.
Surprised. NWO is still like top 5.
Mm-hmm. And are they still in the top 5?
Last I saw, they've always been pretty much consistent. Same thing with Austin.
I don't think they were in the top 10 of the list that came out today.
Really?
But CM Punk, shout out to him. Cody dropped to 6th.
It's because of his mid-title reign.
Maybe. Oh, go for the sharpshooter! The crowd cheered for that. Oh, PF is back in.
Yeah, they both come.
Oh, wow. Nice roll throughs by both
ladies. Everybody's going to hit the sharpshooter. This is how you're going to do it. Everybody hits the sharpshooter.
And they tapped. Nick got it.
Everybody hits the sharpshooter.
No. Single crab, double crab, and a sharpshooter.
Oh, fuck off. Fuck off.
They weren't. That's exactly what happened.
Fair enough, but if you can say, if Tony Schiavone and Excalibur still call it the fucking Lion Tamer, the Walls of Jericho, when it's nothing but a Boston Crab.
That's why we are who we are, folks.
I know, but fuck you.
Sharpshooter for the victory, and you even called it. Natty got the win in Calgary. Good for her.
Fresh off the return, she's going to be out there fresh as a daisy to help coach in NXT.
Right, but do you not feel like, I kind of at times think like I like Zelina, but because she's so undersized, I feel like she has trouble pulling off the moves, especially against some of the bigger ladies like a Shayna. Like, it gets a little clunky with her. Like, we saw the outside of the ring spot, we saw the roll through there where she's like struggling to grab the leg. As we go back to Drew,
Zelina's really great. Not everybody who's really great is going to be a world champion.
Yeah,
I hate to tell you.
Oh, look. Oh, it is with the counter.
What in the fuck?
yeah, you did what, like, that's Drew's take on it too.
Yeah, what?
Just like, what?
Why?
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are rolling. We are rolling as we are getting a commercial for the NC2A belts. I know you get mad.
NC2A, of course, you're Canadian saying it that way. Eco BB, has Bret shown up yet? Did he mention Bill Goldberg? He has shown up, and Gunther mentioned Bill Goldberg.
Yeah. Break number 7. Holy shit. Yeah, 8 was a shot.
Wait,
you can't count like the
WWE. We didn't ask. He didn't clarify.
I said over.
You took it on face value, sir.
I said over.
Buyer's remorse.
I'm going to be right.
Fair enough.
Big Nick and KJ, do you think that Raw will be 2 hours with that, or do you think that they will let wrestlers go? It'd be very interesting on how you fit. If you reduce your product by an hour, do you still fit everybody in? It all depends on the method to the madness. So we'll see. Maybe they do lose some talent.
Yes and no, but I think I could sell something to NXT on the back end. On you give me an hour, I'm gonna level up and everything like that. What have you? Random fucking Saturday night doesn't even have to be live. Could be fucking taped and everything. Netflix is something that's going to be hungry as shit for content, and that's one thing WWE will not run dry of is content.
Yeah.
So I think it's a match made perfect there. Now, I could see what you're saying of if they have to trim it off. I wonder how with developmentals and everything how they could trickle it down.
Well, it'll be interesting, right? But like, do you lose like you know, a Tozawa or an Otis or, you know, some of the lesser lights that aren't used really well, or I don't know, guys. We're just finding out this as we were live that they're making this choice, right? So again, maybe they got a plan as far as transferring to Netflix and they'll still have a way to fit everybody in. I really don't know. I don't wish job loss on anybody. Who's
100%? Yeah, no. That's the furthest thing from anything. Absolutely.
Right. Who predicts the CM Punk Drew McIntyre brawl? I don't know. They haven't advertised CM Punk for tonight at all, so that'd be very interesting.
Well, maybe you get a second Bret Hart spot. He's out there.
There we go.
Get out of you, and then
yeah.
What was it, Cash or Dax? That's out there and just starts punching him in the face because he went after Bret Hart.
Selena Vega will be world champion in the next 2 years. Oof, I don't know.
Of what?
Yeah, maybe NXT.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, I will remind everyone out there, we are back tomorrow for NXT, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time, as always, as we got a very interesting NXT coming up tomorrow, and we're looking forward to it. Lots going on there. Wednesday, the fallout from All Out should be a very interesting stream. Should be a very heated stream. Should be a lot of fun. Thursday, the Dirt Sheet debate returns, where Nick and myself and Anthony will dive into all the nonsense that's going on. We'll talk about the wrestling this week. We'll talk about All Out. We'll talk about Fox and TV deals and contracts and all the above. Friday, we got SmackDown. We got TNA Victory Road. And we have Rampage and who knows what else. Saturday, we are back for some stuff. I think Collision, etc. And then we will talk about what we do on Sunday. Undecided yet, but you may see us Sunday as well. And we got more content coming your way. As always, we beg and appreciate when the fans out there, be a friend, tell a friend. I see some of you guys out there that retweet us and put us out there and put up stories with our logo on it. We appreciate that immensely.
Absolutely. As we're getting an advertisement for Survivor Series, and again, generals gathered in their masses. It's the best theme that they gotta fucking pick for this shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you, C Money. That's why I picked against Natty. And again, I wonder, you just brought in this heel faction for them to take that L. Again, what is the ramifications of it, and where do they go from here? Do they take the loss just for the hometown pop? I don't love it, so I'm kind of with you. I didn't, it was a bit of a fluffy throwaway match.
But they've kind of been a fluffy throwaway. That's a weird combination of syllables to fucking
Rowan.
But them losing that match, they weren't barn burners. They weren't, fucking world beaters beforehand. So it's not
they
like
came
they
in hot.
No, they just came in hot, to you, you came down, verklempt and everything.
Not from that group. That's that's another team.
Oh, you're one of those. There's no man that can take us home.
No, yeah, right. Oh, we're in the back. It was surreal.
Yo, by the way, just for AHL teams, if I'm correct, hey, Bret hugging it out, but the Calgary Hitman's fucking logo is dope as shit.
One of the best ever. There at one point there was people who were like, "It's too mean. We got to consider changing."
No, it's dope. It's 100%.
Yeah,
I want a jersey just because it's the jersey. I don't give a fuck about the team.
No, not at all. WHL Western, several times winning Western Hockey League championships. Bret was part of the ownership. I don't believe he still is, but the Hitman is one of the best jerseys ever.
Folks, if anyone out there can hook me up with somebody that can get me a fucking Calgary Hitman jersey, let me know.
There you go. Put it on your wish list.
Oh, fuck. on my holy stains.
Yeah. 2-hour Raw.
I'll show you my star ratings if you subscribe.
Yeah. Richard, I don't think it's temporary. I think Netflix, because of the removal of commercials, well, you know, I heard a rumor, and again, I don't know how true it is, but there might be like some Raws will be 2 hours and 12 minutes. Some will be 2 hours and
you get an overrun.
Yeah, it'll be like they'll have the freedom to fluctuate because they'll be live. And like they don't have like, oh, we got to get off because the news is coming on. They will be able to kind of do what they want and make it a little more exciting that way. But I don't see them going 3 solid hours. I don't.
It'll be really crazy because like I don't remember Raw being like 2 hours in so long. Like it was around when WCW still existed.
It was WCW's fault.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's been literally that long. It's been 20-something years since Raw has been under 3 hours.
You're 100% right.
That's insane to think about.
Time flies.
Like way to make me feel old, motherfucker.
Well, according to this, it's my birthday, 2012. On May 20, on 17, 2012, WWE and USA Network Raw switched to permanent 3 hours. With the thousands episode on. Okay, there you go. So
there's middle schoolers, there's like freshmen out there that haven't experienced Raw being under 3 hours.
Yeah. Was 420 Daydreamer. Welcome back. Full will I.
Wrestling for life. I was gonna say, you got the button.
Did it work?
Yes, it did.
All right. Yeah, fantasy hockey coming.
Well, see, I think they just had a question. I don't know if they were exactly asking about fantasy because
Big Punk chance.
Emo, what was your question? I'll join in. CM Punk. CM.
So good. Drew McIntyre. And again, folks, why we're giving WWE so much love right now is stuff like this. A full sold out arena chanting at the top of their lungs. That is what we don't see elsewhere.
They've had 2 matches and have been one of the best feuds in 2024 in pro wrestling. Meanwhile, we've seen other feuds that have had 4, 5 plus matches in the same feud and haven't been anywhere near close to this.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Storytelling works.
Yeah. I think the matches tonight show that I don't disagree with that. I mean, again, Jade and Bianca is not makeshift. That's a thing. Isla and Alba, not makeshift. So, I mean, again, I'm going to counter you a little bit. The 6-woman tag thing, I mean, is what it is, but
it's a shallow division, but it's not makeshift.
Yeah, I mean, a very shallow. And again, we saw EO and
Kyrie, the Sky Pirates.
Right? We saw them earlier kind of reintroduce themselves.
Yeah, look what you did to me.
She did it to herself.
No one caught her.
Well, fuck, she jumped over their head.
Bitch, you have like Jade Cargill and shit out there.
Yeah, she jumped in
you have Dwight Howard out there playing center field. Bitch, you better catch me.
Right. But KJ, with it being on Netflix and TV 14, blah, 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 blah. Again, this will give them freedom to push the envelope, but they're not going to go buck wild, guys. They still have sponsors. They still care about public perception. You're not going to see needles and over the head shots. They're going to push the envelope. We might get a little more blood from time to time, a little more adult kind of focused story type lines, but they're not going to go crazy.
This is what, and I don't mean to talk over Drew here, but this is what everyone, when it comes to even Netflix, when it comes to All Out, needs to really put into perspective and everything. Is when shit goes too edgy, is when it course corrects and we go back to the fucking PG area and shit like that. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to get all of this, but we're not turning into that in pro wrestling at all. So fucking let that idea go. Oh, we're going to push the line. Why?
Drew's looking at Wade, Nick.
Yo. Are we going to get Wade Barrett versus Drew McIntyre before we get Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, you can't just constantly we're going to push the edge just to push the fucking edge. Like, eventually the system will course correct.
Yeah, they're not going to go crazy. Because, again...
But that's the thing is WWE, like, you can do that fine dance of you can push it without going too far versus going way too far just to get attention.
Mm-hmm. Mad at Nigel for Wade for getting involved. I can definitely see Drew getting a bump after this. Yeah, Drew.
I've got bad news for you.
Right? Yeah, Drew's going to get a belt sooner than later, guys. Like the Punk feud is priority. I think he comes out of the Punk feud as the victor, and I think he goes after a champion at some point. Drew does deserve the title run.
Which is more interesting, the fact that WWE has multiple people that could be champion versus AEW that has multiple people lined up to be champion, but you don't know if they're going to actually
win. I mean, again, I think you and I talked about this recently of like, there's a huge difference between like a Drew McIntyre, a Sami Zayn, a Gunther, a Randy Orton. Oh, Wade's standing up. Is he? Let's fucking go.
I've got some bad news.
Oh, Pierce
go, enough. Could
you see yeah, that's probably a good bet.
Yeah. He shows up, he tosses a couple people. He gets probably like I'd say 5 or under eliminations, and then he gets thrown over.
Almighty Black Adam, welcome back. Yes, lots of people buzzing about this. I think it's amazing. I'm thrilled. This is putting fire on gas in the gasoline. I like that way you put it. I'll actually accept that.
Yeah, there you go. Now, it would have been funny if we went at Tacitor like, you're new here, bitch, so I'm going to fuck with you. You shut your mouth. You do nothing.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I don't think Punk's there, so.
Oh, no, not at all. 100%. Unless they're really building this all the way up for the big moment here, but we've got Pierce and Drew now staring each other eye to eye. Well, remember when we got hyped that Pierce might have taken on Roman?
That was amazing. It's still one of the best shit ever.
I wanted to see it.
Yeah. CM Punk chance. But again, also it's knowing that when you're telling a long-term story, you can't have them all over each other all the time. So there are those breathable moments, right?
Yeah. It's almost like we talked about and argued about letting things breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Force and Wade did mention that he'd only return to the ring if it made sense.
There you go. Fighting his old friend would make sense.
So a wee bit.
You're signing his death certificate. So they're making the match for Bad Blood now, guys.
What is it going to be? After the strap match. Oh,
they're going to call it. Hell in a Cell's coming now.
Come on, give it to me.
Give it to me. On one.
One on one. One more time.
This is the end.
Fucking say it already, Pierce, you bald-headed bitch. Give me one.
Atlanta, Georgia. Bad Blood. Hell in
Hey.
a Cell. Let's go. Let's go.
Hell
Anthony,
in a
let's go.
cell. The most devastating, vile structure.
Pierce just rocked it, according to Joe. Hell in a Cell, Atlanta, October. Bad Blood. Let's go. The final encounter for now between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk is official.
And that's got to end it. Well, that's just so funny. If you go to CM Punk of, oh, well, we don't need a fantasy book me into a getting Hell in a Cell match and everything. Cut to 2 months later. Hell in a Cell.
No, what he said.
I know.
Yeah, let's
explain your theory. Explain your thesis for everybody who isn't on our group chat.
So what Punk had said when they asked him is that it was fantasy booking that the rivalry would start with a Hell in a Cell. You build to a Hell in a Cell. We're not the other company. We build to it. So one-on-one match, strap match, Hell in a Cell. As we got Spiky, what the fuck?
Karrion Kross looking like the biker meets Hells Angels meets Marilyn Manson's fucking roadie.
Woods
what
in
is Austin Creed wearing here? He's
Woods
wearing the Bret
Jim
Hart
Anvil t-shirt.
special.
Yeah, the Jim to the Anvil special.
And then the Miz from the Matrix out there in the center of all of this, by the way. Fucking Neo.
Miz is in a rut. What is he going to do?
I'm going to say this, and I do feel this way. Is Karrion Kross just Sean O'Hare in 2024? I'm just playing the devil's advocate. That's what he did to the Austin Creed to Xavier Woods. That's now what he's doing to the Miz. He's just literally playing of, let me put a little bit of a fucking earworm in you. And that's all that. Still kind of booked to shit, much like Xavier Woods, stuck with an old timer, much like Sean O'Hare, but stuck with an old timer. Sean O'Hare was stuck with Roddy, and now Cross is stuck out there with Allering. So,
yeah, I kind of see it. Kofi's back, and Woods and Kofi are acting like they like each other. This will be interesting.
Again, though, that's the question. Do we just act like Odyssey was a figment of our imagination? Yeah, he was the Poochie of the New Day. I need to go now. My court date needs me.
Yeah. As here comes Ray Ray.
Booyaka, booyaka.
I also need Adam to pronounce Atlanta right. The T's are silent. He's like fucking epically Caucasian. So there's all the T's.
Adam Pierce? Yeah.
Pierce, right?
Atlanta.
The T's are silent. When I first read that, I was like, wait, no, are they? No, see? Very KJ and Nick Roman did say that he liked PG. Well, yeah, because he doesn't. Well, yeah, I would too.
I like getting paid too.
All right.
Gilly is saying, bro, nobody builds anything. It's mostly open challenges, tournaments, and just calling your own title shot.
What are you
reference, sir? Reference. Because we're getting a singles match here that's just a feud match, and then we're literally following it up with the main event of tonight as a number one contenders match. So again, reference, sir.
Yeah. Is it this one? Yeah, Gilly again.
Oh, no, I got the comment. I was just I was asking what he was referencing.
Who? I think, again, you just watched fucking Drew and Punk build since January, but there's no build. Again, I think Gilly's just saying things to be difficult tonight. I'm starting to wonder who Gilly really is.
We're gonna having the masked commentator instead of the masked singer
on top of dumb shit. Like, I want to sit at home and find out how silly I could look to an entire group of people. It's weird takes, like the complete opposite of what you're witnessing in front of you. You're saying you just watched Drew and Punk confirm that they're going to a Hell in a Cell after 9 months of build.
No, and let's be honest. Let's not act though that like that's a new take from anybody. Like that's a take that still exists on the internet. I'm not saying specifically from you, but Twitter.
People
You're
think
telling
that
me
there's no
no,
good
I'm not saying him specifically,
Wait,
but I'm saying that the
but-
Twitter as a whole is a cesspool.
the majority of people I see on Twitter say that the WWE tells stories and AEW doesn't. So I'm a little confused. How do you tell stories with no and not build, and then only have one company's doing that and the other company's not? So that's the norm, like the status quo. Most people feel like spot booking AEW, storytelling WWE, even though that's not quite accurate. So that's where I'm a little confused.
I'm gonna just need you to click on your Twitter feed from the for you, like to the for you from the who you follow, and I think you'll get more exposed to the fucking chaos.
Most people, like I said, the common knowledge is the second T in Toronto. Yeah, and I don't say it like that though. It's kind of lame. Adam is a former
the T in Toronto was silent. Toronto.
A lot of Toronto, like a lot the kind of
you sound like you have a slack jaw saying it that way.
Yeah, Toronto.
Come on, huh?
It becomes an NA at the end, Toronto, but I don't.
Toronto.
That's only a select group.
Hello, mother. Hello, father. Here I am in Toronto.
Did Odyssey get let go? Yes, he's got other issues to deal with. We're not going to get into it. Folks, we are in commercial break. We're still in triple digits, and we are still rolling along. Remember, tomorrow night we're here through it. If you haven't got your F Meltzer t-shirt yet, we are raising money on behalf of this man's birthday for the North American World Literacy Foundation. And it's a dual purpose shirt. One, the anti-uncle fucking sentiment, plus you help a good cause. I know a couple buddies in the chat that have got some already. Be like them, get yours, support a great cause, and it's a beautiful gift to give our friend Big Nick on his birthday.
It's the ultimate raise awareness for literacy fucking shirt out there, because the man that we're even telling to go fuck himself needs literacy. So absolutely.
Long buildups are the best. Have to remember. Oh no, it's not just Hogan Sting, but long buildups. I mean, we grew up in an era where weekly television, they stretch shit out. Like you weren't getting payoffs. Macho Hogan, Andre Hogan, fucking HBK.
That's when you had your Saturday night main events,
right? Rock. I don't know, but The Rock, Austin, like everything was long-term storytelling. Remember, fucking The Rock and Cena. They told everyone they were going to fight and didn't talk for a year. Everything was online. So build has always been there. So going the opposite way doesn't make sense. Now, you know what, Gilly? I'm at the point where I'm just tired of talking to you, to be honest. But I will answer this one and then I'm done. We just had Cody. No, there was a story. There was a build. Cody and KO have been friends. Cody felt that KO deserved it and deserved to try. KO was proven to everybody 100% build. So again, please remove your head from your ass.
Well, and no, you missed. He got you in the first half, and you didn't read the second half, because the second half explains everything with this.
Even worse.
I watch a lot of Vince Russo. There's your fucking problem. First off, and Sportskeeda. Second problem, and agree with a lot of what they say.
How do you watch wrestling with your head in your rectum?
I asked Vince. He booked the shit.
Here comes Finn Balor. But all of it. KO Cody had a build. Punk Drew have a build. Fucking, you go through. We're building with Sammy and Gunther right now. We're building with Finn and Damian. What are you watching? And why are you wasting my time?
I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. Perhaps I've heard that before, but I do like Vince Russo now as a retired man.
He's not retired.
His opinion on wrestling.
He's not retired. He is ousted. He is a pariah. He is not retired. If somebody offered him a job, he'd take it. He is forcibly retired.
There's a difference between fired and retired.
I can be, Bash. I mean, again, we're all about good opinion. But if you're coming to a battle of wits unarmed and just saying stupid shit, you're going to get under my nerves.
I think we've noticed.
Tell me, Queen, I'm out of title match makes sense. Makes none. None. I'm not even mad.
Just everybody's made KJ angry now. I can't even say nothing because KJ's angry.
92% of the chat are excited about Hell in a Cell for Punk and Drew. So that tells you all you need to know. Who wins, folks? Who you taking? Ray or Finn? And why is it Finn?
Needs to be Finn.
Yeah.
It 100% needs to be Finn. If Finn loses this, then already the new Judgment Days even starting to look more and more like piss hands and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
They need to actually get some bit of wins, and we still think that even though there's no leaders, Finn is still kind of secretly the leader of all of this.
Right. Finn in control to kick this one off, folks.
Right.
So mad. That's a lot.
Or maybe a better segment could be the statistics on Hell in a Cell matches, wins, losses, appearances, injuries, including the number of WWE superstars that were stretched out of that cell. Yeah. I think that will be a thing at some point.
Yeah. Fair enough.
They just announced the fucking match. Are we expecting them to do like and cut to the whole video package? Like, no, we didn't have this lined up allegedly. So why would I have a whole video package?
Right. Now, remember, John, if you go to a live wrestling show and you bring a Wrestling for Life sign, we will send you a free t-shirt.
Right.
Oh, by the way, they reminded us tomorrow night, a last man standing #1 contender match. Trick and Pete Dunne should be a hell of a fight. Again, another match built really well with storytelling.
What?
I don't have a graphic. This was last minute.
Fair enough. No, I got, Ray just falling off the middle of the rope as we go to commercial break out here.
There you go. Ray flying. And that's why Ray can do what he does.
Yeah, then Bionic needs help.
Gilly, it's not that you we welcome all opinions, but when the opinions are just I feel like you're saying things just to be opposite. And again, if you're gonna say things that are right in front of you, then I'm gonna call you out. And I don't mean to be a dick, and I know I am being a dick, but again, you are just not being reasonable. If you come to the table with something reasonable, shit, me and Nick never, don't agree on everything. Me and Boston don't agree on everything. Me and Anthony don't agree on everything. I don't expect you to see it my way, but when you're just being silly, you're wasting our time, my guy. It's not an opinion. You're giving observations that are incorrect.
Quit being silly, Gilly, I guess.
No one likes the silly Gilly.
I don't know. I mean, Slicker Pickle. I don't know.
Who do you think answers Jordan Grace Open Challenge tomorrow night? Oh, yeah, another part of NXT tomorrow. Jordan Grace Open Challenge.
Is it an NXT superstar, or I should say a WWE superstar, or is it a TNA superstar?
It's going to be an NXT superstar, I would imagine.
Who?
Who's kind of pushing at the top? Jordan's a really good baby face. Could it be Fallon?
No, it has to be a debut or return.
Why does it have to be a debut or a return?
To pop.
Okay. I didn't think that.
The USA Network, or all of that.
Okay. Who do you think
Nikita?
Lions going, Lions ain't ready for that.
Lions about to get her shit stomped in.
Yeah, she ain't ready for that battle.
It could not be a fucking return or anything, because that's the thing, is they have kind of limited now rounds in that chamber. Again, it would have made sense even if they weren't in Calgary, it would have made sense for an Natalia, but that's gone. So
yeah.
Well, I see a good chunk of the chat. I saw Anthony, I saw Scott saying Jada Parker. So if it is somebody that's currently actively on the roster, Jada Parker, how you doing, Miss Parker? Hi, Miss Parker.
I kind of half expect somebody more heelish than Jada.
Whoever you send there is going to have to eat a loss, honestly.
Right.
Don't send someone you want back from them. I'll put it that way.
This one's for you.
Wendy is answering Chew tomorrow. There was a pillow drop on Impact last week. Cool. So then I won't watch that match. So you're telling me, thank you for letting me know when I can take a pause on Tuesday's stream.
Maybe
because if that's the case, I won't be here for that shit.
Maybe it's Rosemary.
Then that's a TNA match. So could you imagine you're actually going to have a TNA match
No,
on
my
NXT
answer was
television?
NXT. I'm just spitballing here, my guy.
Well, no, I'm just throwing it out there.
Um,
You're spitballing. I'm throwing that back at you.
Yeah, no, I'd rather see one of the heels come out of the locker room. I'm just trying to think of who's a big enough one to go that route. Paxley's been there,
Grace and just get smashed.
What's that?
Ariana Grace and just get smashed.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be Ariana. That's not cool enough. I don't think.
Fair enough. As we're back in action right now.
Bad Blood is going to be an old school type pay-per-view. We hope so.
Hoping.
Who else is at the top of that division that really could push? I don't think Nikita's a good shout. Maybe a little bit someone from the WWE.
Mandy Rose.
Mandy Rose?
Just throwing fucking shit at the wall. Yeah. That would be interesting. Well, because I'm like, yeah, who's been kind of off for a minute? You've got Nikita. Manny's like just gone from wrestling. You've got Gigi, who's kind of on the sidelines, but that's not a big enough thing. Maybe everybody else seems kind of into something, or versus, can they just take a loss just to take a loss? So maybe it's going to be really interesting to see how. Let's put it that way. So make sure you're here tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyone else got some guesses out there? I love Judgment Day, but 3 segments / matches tonight. Yeah, very, very prominent. Again, I'm not bored with it, so I think I'm okay with it. I could understand the argument the other way, though.
Right. Oh, catches the 619. Oh, Denise out here saying Cora Jade. That's not a bad shot at all.
Cora would be interesting. Cora would be very interesting. I wonder if she could hang. Oh, hanging up Ray. Ariana has a non-wrestling role with NXT Ladies Zone. Yeah, she just added that. I wonder if she gave herself that name, but Grace versus Grace would be fun. Okay, Spaz. Wesley and Dragon Lee fought. Stephanie Vacour, there you go.
But you don't have them take the loss unless they're going to win the belt. Like, that's the thing, is if they show up, they're winning it.
No. She could have a really good match.
No.
Look at the trend in the past history. KO showing up. John Cena showing up. Like, just because you show up doesn't mean you're going to win. You want to get shown off. You want to look really good doing it. That's perfectly fine.
But that's different a bit than your debut. You debut. You're new to the company, all that. You debut on NXT, and then you lose. Yes, it would still be to Jordan Grace. So, I mean, that's your saving grace, but you still lost.
I'd be okay. No, I'd be okay with that because, again, that's commonplace. Step up, take a champion. Again, I don't think it's going to be her. So I'm defending something that's maybe, but if she showed up and had a really good match with Grace and took an L, she'd be fine. She'd be completely fine. One match does not make a career. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
Don't forget Dynamite 9/11. We will be here for it. As Finn ends it.
That sounded fucking fucked up to say. Sorry, real quick.
What?
Don't forget Dynamite 9/11.
Hey, SmackDown, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, there we go. Finn's now out here just laying out Ray.
Right. Oh, there you go. I mean, again, for whatever people want to say about the Judgment Day and Finn, they're fucking everybody up. They're stealing wins everywhere.
Oh, they're 100%. They're one of the best factions of recent memory in WWE. Like, as much as they've been a bit of mid-ish to at best, like they've never been the dominant faction, but they've been one of the better factions that WWE's recently done.
Gailey, I'm going to say this. I'm talking to you the way I would talk to Nick, or the way I would talk to one of my brothers. When we're debating shit, it gets fun, and I got no personal issue with you at all, my guy. Nothing but love. Again, I know I was being a bit of a dick, but I got nothing but love, and you're free to come here anytime and express your opinion. And I'm glad that you and I both can, give each other shit and not be mad at each other. That's what makes this channel beautiful. If we were another channel, you would have got blocked.
And the judges score that fight a split decision.
Yeah. No, it's nothing but love. I know. I get the microphone. You have to use a keyboard. It's unfair. But again,
Dynamite was an inside job. See money.
What?
See money. Dynamite was an inside job. That about the shit out of me.
As we got Ilja and Braun again talking to the contenders.
But again, that's the thing is anybody can win this, and still you sit up there now, Keith. Yeah. Hey, Jay, you applauded as Jey Uso showed up pretty much on my screen just to show up there to defend or on his entrance. But yeah, so we're going into the main event of tonight of the Fatal 4-Way as Jey Uso's just talking shit.
Now here's
the camera. Yeet.
I'll leave you to talk about. I love this entrance that what they do with Jay. This is what I keep saying Swerve Strickland should have felt like when he does entrances. But at the end of the day, if Jay goes on to challenge Braun, does he have to beat him? Or is it really bad for Jay to lose?
Fair enough. As KJ's taking a pause for the cause for this, and that's interesting. That's really the conundrum when it comes to this match of if the person that wins this match, do they actually Calgary Yeet, as Joe Testator's holding up the sign as we're getting the whole front row yeeting out here. But does the winner of this match actually beat Braun Breaker, or are they just the next lamb that's brought up to slaughter and help get him over a little bit? Because let's think about who's in here. Jey Uso, if he wins and then still loses to Braun, I'm waiting for the Rikishi, podcast response and everything after that. And does it kind of hinder him as his momentum? Maybe it pushes him towards the bloodline storyline. We'll see. Pete Dunne still involved with Trick Williams, still involved with Sheamus. Yeah, he could still eat an L and still be fine. I mean, he's got 10 other storylines going on, so fair enough. Ilja be really it'd be a hell of a match. It'd be one of those. Honestly, if Ilja wins this to me, that would be the one I'd most believe potentially Braun could lose the belt. If Ilja wins this, you go back to those NXT matches, you go back to fucking barn burners, all of that. Braun Strowman, safest bet of you're just going to be out there, you take an L, you win this just, I guess, because you're big, and then you take an L to Braun Breaker, and then there you go, Bob's your uncle. But he feels a little bit like he's a placeholder for Bronson Reed, so I almost want to assume where they put him is where they'd put Bronson Reed, but we'll see. But I will remind everybody as we are in commercial break, as we're, I guess, according to Curtis, in break number 10, that we are the Wrestling for Life Network. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We got all the live streams, we got all the reactions, we got all the clips, we got all the videos, and we still got even more hidden up our sleeves, even though it doesn't always exactly look like we got sleeves outside of tattoo sleeves. But we still got a few tricks hidden up our sleeves. So that's why you want to make sure you hit that bell notification, why you hit that like, share, and subscribe, because you never know when we'll be showing up for something, or if we're, pulling out something new out here that you need to pay attention to. Jobson saying I have a 95% chance of winning my fantasy football game. Well, there you go, Jobson. Are you in our league? I can't. No, you just missed the cutoff. So there you go. Sorry about your damn luck. I got lucky. Moody got me 19 points. A fucking kicker got you 19 points. Jay doesn't need the win, in my opinion, but they should keep him in a running for the main titles. Well, and that's the question of how do you have Jey Uso lose and still keep him as a viable contender for titles and everything like that? how do you walk that line a little bit? 420 Daydreamer. I love my waffle bot. What the fine fuck? Do you just have a bot that makes you waffles? What in the space-time continuum? 316 MMA saying Jay and Sammy need to go to SmackDown for Bloodline. We'll start seeing where there could be trades or what have yous. Jay doesn't either. Oh, got that one. Kyle saying if Jay wins, I think he beats Braun for the title. My guy really needs this moment. Does Jay get a title run before he? Because let's be honest, I know. Well, where was it? 316 saying that they need to go to SmackDown and all of that, and then they're going to end up getting involved with the Bloodline feud and everything. Does Jay Uso get a singles title run before that happens, or is that just you hope that happens after the fact, expeditiously, what have you? That's just something that is in the peripheral. Could he still be involved with the Bloodline storyline as IC champion, and that's why maybe at times the odds aren't even, and you still get the Bloodline 2.0 gets a win here or there or anything? Perhaps. But yeah, it's really interesting. Jey Uso is probably realistically one of the most interesting characters to try and book in pro wrestling right now, because does he need a title win? Does he need anything like that to solidify him being a main event Jey Uso and all of that? Or just is that him being in that scene enough? As we're getting the Judgment Day talking about everything backstage, it's really just Finn talking about this, that, and the third. Yeah, so it's just Finn just running down everything as you've got lives in a little second fiddle. And she's a little fucking goddamn goblin out here talking bullshit. As Ray's smooching on the head. These really are just like, they're the little like kids that you want to just smack in the fucking mouth. The way they've been handling Jay thus far has been brilliant. Patience is a virtue. He'll eventually have his moment. Great things take time. Just don't become fickle once it happens. Fair enough, but I think the biggest question is if, when, where, and how. Like, it's getting harder and harder almost to see of what is Jay's moment. It won't be, is he a U.S. champ? Is he an IMC champ? Is it just he goes back to being a tag champ? Anything like that? What have you? Boston, nice try. Trust me, I watched a video with the missus actually last night about people scaring people on streams and everything like that. And she literally was like, if you didn't have the green screen, that would be me. And even talked about having skin puppets and everything behind me of wrestlers. So if the Firefly Funhouse shows up behind me, that's what I'm more concerned than anything like that.
And like me, CM Punk returns next week.
There you go. Well, you returned this week, so not next week, but I guess you're Mercy the Buzzard. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. I was starting to talk about Muppets and puppets and everything because Boston was trying to throw me off saying someone was there behind me, but they were just there underneath me. Pause.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Spider-Man.
All right.
Keep my wife's name out of your motherfucking mouth. Folks, Ilya on the way to the ring. I think we're ready for main event time, Nick.
Yeah, I'm going to go and try and adjust myself here quickly before this.
Okay, nice. All right, folks, Nick's going to take a pause for the cause. The main event's about to kick off. I will put it up there. Let me know who you're going to take. And remember, folks, we are back tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. Lots happening on the NXT, USA week. They're trying to go big or go home. So let's go. Now, let me see real quick. But Who do you think's going to take this one, folks? Who leaves here the number one contender for the IC title? And I heard everyone talking about Jay, and I think somebody in the chat, 444, might have been talking about patience and building a guy up. And I get that. I mean, again, it's been a long time coming. As Pete Dunne is still holding his face from taking a beating from Sheamus. He keeps his boots by the front door, they say. All right. And remember, the monster among men, Braun, is in this one too. So a very intriguing fatal four-way to figure out who is going to take on Braun Breaker. I like the fact that Braun Breaker kind of got in everybody's face throughout the night. I really do think it helps set up every possibility. Miss Big Nick needs to make an appearance. Hilarious. Well, I'll tell you guys a funny story for those who are new here. One of the best moments in this channel's history is we were live on stream. And while we were live on stream, Miss Big Nick was sending Big Nick a picture of her with Mick Foley. Nick was none too happy. Like, what the hell? This match should cook, but I kind of felt underwhelmed tonight. Raw is building feuds, but missing the work rate. Style matches like Andrade Mello. The only thing I can say is tonight has flown by. I haven't hated the matches. I think there was a couple throwaway matches, so I kind of agree with you. A little light and fluffy. The women's tag match was a little bit could have left a little to be desired. Ray's match was expected with Finn. Dom in the match. Yeah, so it kind of feels like, Monday night Judgment Day. Doesn't it? Main event, Jay for the win. I kind of agree with that. As they're showing Braun Strowman throwing out the first pitch at the Brewers game. Raw is so good without Rhea. Wait, why? And Rhea was here earlier. And I would disagree. Rhea brings a lot to the table, guys. That's hilarious. Bounty, the Strowman for the win. All right. Brawny. I said Bounty. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. Jay goes down. Ilja goes down. Pete Dunne gets grabbed by Braun. Punch to the gut. Wasn't involved in the Bret Hart segment. Yeah, I was a little surprised. I kind of joked about, like, would Drew McIntyre beat up Bret or, like, go after Bret, in some way, shape, or form? I don't mind how it played out. Nick was right as far as, him predicting that it was going to be Gunther, and I think it went well. But yeah, I kind of agree with you, Boston, as far as I could have went for that connection. Jey Uso for the win. Let's see what the chat. 54% are taking Jay. Dragunov 23. Braun. Pete Dunne. Nobody thinks is going to win. I also don't think Pete's going to win. He's got business tomorrow, remember. As Ilja fires up. Ilja for the win. Yeet. Who predicts Bronson Reed will cost Braun Strowman? That'd be interesting. Again, it would all depend, Christian, if Bronson's cleared, right? Like, I don't know what the rules, but I'm sure they're pretty stringent on the policy when it comes to COVID. As they're reminding us, season premieres on USA, re-premieres on USA Friday. Steel cage match. Kevin Owens and a mystery partner taking on Waller and Theory, and a whole lot more. We will be here live for that and Victory Road on Friday. This one is gonna be hard to predict. I'm with you. I'm kind of torn. I'm leaning Jay, if I'm being honest, but I'm torn. As Braun clears house, feels like a commercial spot. And that it is. There you go. Jay don't need the title. He over without the title. You're not wrong. That's one of the things you always have to remember. Like, people talk about, oh, they're burying Jay. And I've seen it a lot, even in comments for our videos of like, oh, they're killing Jay. Jay is one of the most over superstars in the world. The only thing as a wrestling company you want to be very mindful of is, again, you got to put a little bit of meat behind it, right? Like, every once in a while, you got to give the fans a reason to spike, right? And I'm not saying that he should be world champion right away. I don't think Gunther's going to lose that world title anytime soon. Maybe the IC title is the way to go. But if Jay goes after the IC title and loses, just because we've seen him kind of, how many times can he take that out? But does Jay get roped into the bloodline feud? How does that play out? So we'll see. We will see. Jay for the win. One big slob. All right, Jay for the win. Dragon Lee versus Dom was skippable. The women's title match was underwhelming. The PFC match was okay at best, but I question the booking. You know what? That's a pretty solid assessment, Richard. I like that. Pretty accurate of indicative. I think what Raw's done better, or WWE in general has done better lately, is even with my issues with NXT, a lot of the stuff I don't love is quick. Like we don't dwell on it too hard. We're on to the next thing. So I will admit, you're kind of spot on with your breakdown here. Ilja Dragunov, because Jey Uso will be too preoccupied with Roman Reigns, and yeah, that's a good show, Michael. I wonder that. I cannot wait to see Julia. Yeah, Julia tomorrow. Chelsea Green. Let's go. I think it's going to be a hell of a match. Obvious, a standout big win for Julia, I imagine, is coming tomorrow. But yeah, let's go. PFC are the female final testament. Yeah, I mean, I thought they started well. I thought their debut, like as a group, really made sense. It really kind of had an impact. And then it just kind of hit a snag in the road. And that's why I was really surprised they lost tonight, even with Natty being the hometown pop. They all got tapped out. They're all supposed to be like submission queens, and they got tapped out. I'm fine with how to play it out. Good Raw. Someone's hands was there. Was where? Oh, pause. Great job with Gunther, Sammy. That's the thing, right? Like it's not quite what I might have done, but I still really did like what they did. And again, you're building up, and Bret talks about Canadian champions and the heritage and the lineage, and then Gunther comes out, insults him. Sammy stands up. Sammy gets to be cheered by everybody. Continues to be the underdog from the underground and battling through. So fair enough. Jey Uso for the win. Jey Uso for President Yi. Let's go. Break number 11. Imagine they still fit 11 commercials, and they're probably going to get to 12. And the first hour was commercial free. So we still got about the same amount, maybe a couple less, Curtis. So it's crazy that they got all that in there. Victory Road. And you look, Anthony, we're going to talk about that on Thursday. But man, the Victory Road card is looking really good. I heard it might be Randy Orton helping KO against Waller in Theory. That makes sense. There's a friendship there. Randy, coming back to SmackDown after his little battle at Berlin. So yeah, that's got potential, Kyle. I could see that. I kind of wonder if it might be Cena, again, trying to make a big impact, a premiere on USA. Maybe there's history with Theory, so I don't know. We have a heating president now. Is that what he's doing? Rikishi has, I think if your president yeeted right now, he'd get dizzy. Just saying. Rikishi has his opinion on Jay. Yeah, we've talked about that at length. And Keish, we love Keish, but he should kind of just many directions to go. Yes. Spaz, once again, thank you for the super chat. Super glad I found your streams, guys. I actually disagree with you on a bunch, but y'all make illogical cases and are way more respectful than most. Okay, cheers to OKJ and Burley Nick and Tony Rings in the chat. Spaz, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the super chats. And again, guys, we get heated, we get passionate, but at the end of the day, we want everybody to join us. We want the wrestling world to come around. We don't want to be one of those streams that just sit and stare at the TV and people talk amongst themselves. We want to engage the audience. And again, we're not always right, and we don't want you to agree with everything. It makes it more fun when you don't. Searching for snacks. I heard Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown Friday. A lot of people hinting that Roman might be there on Friday. Yes. Ilja coming off the top as we come out of commercial break. Pete Dunne over the top. On to Braun to the floor. Braun does not go down, though. Yeet with a super kick. I just referred to him as Yeet. Holy shit. NXT might be better than Raw tonight. We'll find out. It's happened. And all three men throwing Braun into the stairs. She's on you. Well, they got to pick it up, MDB. She's on you like a bad shirt. Only Zoe Stark tapped. Well, fair enough. All three were in a submission when it ended. I think only, yeah, there you go. Fuck y'all. Jey Uso for the win. I seem to be the only one that thinks Eat is juvenile. No. Again, regardless of what you think, every building they go into goes with it. And again, I think that's where like a Tony Khan missed out with Swerve. When Nana walks out, Nana should have the entire fan base, the entire paying audience going back and forth. Everybody should be doing what they're doing for Jay. And that's how you get someone over. Audience participation in wrestling is very important. And whether you think it's juvenile or not, the fan base loves it. And everywhere they go, everybody goes nuts. Thoughts on The Rock returning in 2 months? That's what I've heard. They said in around 2 months. There's no specific, but we do think The Rock will return at some point. I think The Rock is definitely going to be involved in Netflix. Also, we all expect Rock to be involved in big super kick, catching Ilya coming off the top, going for the pin. Ilya kicks out. And again, we expect The Rock to kind of be involved. I expect The Rock to be involved in the bloodline angle. So now if we're getting to the point where we're going to build off, let's say Cody versus Solo in a cage on SmackDown, which leads to Roman returning, which leads to Roman digging into, like, coming back and digging into that storyline to lead to War Games. Then The Rock comes back around War Games. I think those dots connect nicely. Kira with the Yeats. Spaz was a great band. There you go. As we go back to commercial break, folks, and I'm rolling. I'm board with Jay. Fair enough. Feel like you fair enough. Here's my prediction for Raw. I predict Adam Pearce will announce that there will be no there will be no physicality between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre before Hell in a Cell of Blood. Could be. Good luck. I don't know how that's going to work out, but again, they've done a really good job of making us wait and making us anticipate it. Speaking of anticipation.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of no physicality, there will be no
Let's go. So when do we get the New Day breakup? I have a feeling that the Odyssey situation.
Oh, yeah, that fucked that all up.
Yeah, not saying they won't do it, but they do got to recalibrate.
Oh, 100% goddamn percent of that. What was it? Big E even was out there saying, if there's going to be a guy who's going to be me in this, it's Odyssey. And now we're going to get, Atlantis Jones out there on the independent scene and see what seas he can sail.
Fair enough. Do you think Raw will do an outdoor show next year? I'm curious where that came from. Like what? Like I mean, like, I don't know if they would do an outdoor, like a ballpark stadium show for Raw. That'd be crazy.
Well, the only comparable I could see would be like when like you get WCW doing like Hog Wild and shit like that, but that was more of like a pay-per-view.
What about like an Arthur Ashe kind of idea? Like that would be kind of maybe close.
They're not doing no Grand Slam type of shit. No, no. Like not unless it's like a huge thing.
Right. Victory Road is stacked. I agree. What I've seen for this card so far on Friday, it looks like a hell of a show, Anthony. And the main event is going to be fun. Moose, Dolph, let's go.
Zigglypuff, you got it.
Last week was 15 breaks. WWE are slackers. Well, remember, the first hour was commercial free, and Nick is breaking everything.
All right, and down goes the fucking...
And you said no physicality. I'm going to hit mute.
I got physical with my own setup, motherfucker.
I'm going to mute you while you fix it. The Fox deal may be for FS1 because Collision currently does 400K and Rampage currently doing 200K unless Fox wants to be the CW 2.0. Yeah, I mean, again, if you were going to combine Collision and Rampage, get rid of those two shows and just have like an FS1 show that you call Shockwave, maybe a good idea. Like Nick's pointed out very eloquently, like there is an issue. Like we complained, like Fox was blinking everything out. AEW is not exactly known to be censor friendly. So how much of the show gets blinked?
Speaking of censor friendly, after I even blanked my own shit and everything, but yeah, no.
Remember, folks,
You can't tell me that the same company that sat there and put a fucking plastic bag over somebody's head, over your world champion's head, and then sat there and just puts a fucking hypodermic needle through somebody's cheek, your former world champion's cheek, and then clatters him with a steel chair. It is, you know what? We had SmackDown, we had Roman Reigns, we had Cody Rhodes, we had all of that. But you know what I need? I need Mark Briscoe. I need fucking Hangman Page. Like, fuck out of here. Well, that, honestly, like, no disrespect to anything that they do, but fuck out of here. They're not doing that.
Well, again, and how long before they get themselves in hot water with like John Moxley coming out and telling fans fuck off?
Yeah, I hope Fox has a nice severance package for any executive that signs that fucking deal, because honestly, you ain't long for the job.
Boston Yeet might be stale for you, but nobody in that building is it stale for. And everything he does, the crowd's right there with him. So again, that's the thing. Whether you love it or hate it, he is over as fuck with the fan base. So again, there's nothing stale about him. They are right with him. And again, just watching, you can see that that is not the case.
Oh, Oos? Yeah, 100%. As I've got the joint manipulation right now from Pete Dunne onto Ilja. And that's, again, this is a nice little division here of, even if this is your title senior upper mid card of Pete Dunne, Ilja Dragunov, and those are your challengers towards Gunther. That's a nice little division you got there.
And Braun back decimating everybody. Send Ilja a big fist to the chest.
Now, do you feel that where Braun ends in this is still where they would have put Bronson Reed in this? Like, they wouldn't have adjusted or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's very intriguing. Like, I mean, again, unfortunate situation, but maybe this is Braun, maybe it's not tonight or it's next week, but at some point Bronson comes back at Braun.
Oh yeah, 100. I don't doubt that, but I'm saying as far as like where Braun Strowman finishes in this match is about where you would expect, I assume, Bronson Reed, who would probably be in this match, to finish.
Yeah,
as he's just mowing through everybody.
Yeah, Pete Dunne thrown off the guardrail, and now he clears off the table, folks.
I choose you.
They're treating Braun strong despite being weak, and he's still a monster. Oh, Bronson Reed, tsunami! Let's go!
You're ahead of me.
Oh, shit. Let me know when you get the tsunami.
Now I get Bronson with the tsunami through the table.
Decimates Braun Strowman out of nowhere.
100%. And just I'm gonna smash through you. The tsunami has become one of the most devastating moves in pro wrestling.
Oh, good. They've built Braun Strowman up as
we're getting holy shit.
54% of the chat is going with Jay, by the way.
There you go. They're feeling
He'll be back on SmackDown.
So even the overhead just does it so much more justice too.
Yeah, again, I think that, but even before when Triple H was in charge of NXT, he liked Bronson. Bronson was decimating people, and then Vince took over and they released him, and Trips brought him back as quick as he could, and you see how Trips feels about Bronson, and he's booking him accordingly.
Yeah, but still at the same time, if Bronson Reed didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. And every time this man's about to capitalize on a situation, fate intervenes.
Well, and I think the good news is it was 1 week, right? It wasn't an extended.
Well, there was the 1 week there, but then there was still to where they were doing the show in Australia, and
but this time you get the one-off, like so.
Yeah, you got
it wasn't an extended vacation.
He got the good May 19th instead of the bad one.
Ilja and Jay exchanging in the middle of the ring. And again, crowd is on to everything they are doing.
Because anybody could win at any time. Everyone is a believable contender.
Spear! Am I still ahead of you?
Yes.
Pete Dunne! 2-2-2! 2?
No. Two go.
There we go. Okay, we should be so weird. Julia versus Chelsea Green for Trick. Yeah, no, it's going to be a hell of an NXT tomorrow, and we will be live for that, folks. Don't miss out. Dunne and Ilja feud would absolutely cook. Yeah, I got no problem with that. I love what they're doing with Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne's getting a lot of TV.
It's called the NXT UK Championship.
Run it back.
That's all this is you just got rid of that title and made it the world title.
Yeah, this is awesome chance by the Calgary fan base. Loud as hell for this one. Again, standing room only right now. Everybody on the hard cams on their feet.
And again, a place like this, though, is going to appreciate that technical style of wrestling, the joint manipulation. You're working over. They're not out there of, well, he didn't stick him with a syringe, so I can't pop for the match.
Jets.
Big ass me.
49-29. Yeah, the Jets suck. So, dun.
Yeah, what we have is a failure to launch.
Sure. Series of elbows, ground and pound from Pete Dunne.
Right.
I just want Jay to get back to with his brother and be the Usos again. I don't care for any of the Yeet stuff. Fair enough.
I feel
like when they were together, people were sick of them together.
But I think the Yeats established, Jay Uso established himself now as an independent, as a singles guy.
And he's moving a shit ton of merch. H-bomb! That's got to be it. Jay says, no, it's not.
1, 2, nope, super kick.
Jay going up.
If he wins.
Uso splash.
1, 2,
and
3. Jay Uso.
Jay Uso gets the win.
If there's somebody that could win this match that you believe could potentially beat Braun, it's that man right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And a hell of a match. Hell of a match. Right at the end of the show, this is how we're going to go off the air, folks. And look at the crowd. This is your job as a wrestling promoter. And you go back and watch the show we watched on Saturday, Nick. Look at this crowd.
I like this. The number one Yeet tender.
So I'll tell your boy to say smart things.
I was just gonna click on Keyshawn saying, "Listen to these other podcasters piss me off today."
Yeah.
Hey, well, that's why you need to be here instead of there.
Right.
We do what we do because they can't do what we do.
Braun versus Reed. Where'd that go? Braun versus Reed, more fun than it should be, I'm guessing. I don't mind. I think that Braun, Reed is, remember, Braun is the monster among men, a former champion. Braun, Reed taking him to the limit and hopefully going over him is big for Bronson's career.
Oh, 100%. And I did not expect Jay to win this. I did not have him pegged for this at all. As he turns around and there's Braun.
Braun coming out to say hello, so it will be.
Yo, no way.
What?
USA just caught right at that. Do you still have shit?
It's the end of the show.
Well, no, I thought that I for half a second thought we were going to have a fucking Rhea Liv Dom type of situation of they cut away and I missed some shit or whatever.
Oh, the show's over.
They cut away on the fucking dot, so I was just making sure because literally you had to turn around and there's Braun there, and I'm like, I'm just making sure I didn't miss some shit.
No, they're just setting up the match.
I didn't want to miss no post-credit scenes, none of that.
No, my guy, you're good. I went to a preview of the UFC that's taking place on this Saturday.
I got fucking Anonymous, the reality show on USA Network.
Sugar Sean in the Sphere this Saturday, folks. Should be a banger.
You imagine a wrestling show in the Sphere and everything.
Tony wants it. I heard TK wants to do it. So
Tony wants a lot of shit.
This way we can get a big giant 360 visual.
Hey Tony, how about you get a TV deal before you start worrying about doing Spheres and shit like that? Make sure you know where you can show your show before you try and worry about your next show.
Yeah, you know what? One of the best hockey games was at the Michigan Big House. They did the outdoor game there. They've done a couple now, but outstanding because it's 11 p.m.
Fuck you, Anthony. Listen, I've been used and abused as a USA viewer at times by fucking this shit. So I'm making sure I didn't miss nothing because that looked intense. So if you sat there and had them do the turn, and I thought we were setting up to something, and then I just disappeared. So fair enough if I guess I missed nothing, but I was expecting something, and I felt like I might have missed something.
No. Final commercial count 12, so the over wins. Thank you. I'll take the dub. I think you took over as well. That's insane that they got 12 in though. Like that's crazy. 6 an hour.
Yeah.
Jay versus Braun at Bad Blood. Facts. So that is set up and ready to go. But damn, still happy. So if Jay wins the IC title, I will get behind it, and I think I could help how I feel towards Jay. But how you feel towards Jay and how he is, like your reference, I think was stale. Man, this guy's, I almost said he's moist and juicy. But pause. Yeah, if he loses another match, it'd be interesting. I asked that question before I went on break. I think Jay's got to beat Braun, but then Braun shouldn't lose either. So this is a good match as far as guessing who might win.
But that's, I think, part of why Jay won here, because he's the one that you question the most if Braun retains.
Yeah.
I still think it could be interesting if you get the bloodline involved. Like, that's still going to be a thing at some point. I
think so.
Unless they really fucking rewrite the handbook, he's going to end up in the bloodline storyline at some point. Mm-hmm. And now it's more of a question of how do we get there?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he could be there as IC champ might be a little interesting.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't be mad if Jimmy wins it or Jay wins it, but yeah,
I'd be happy if Jimmy shows up.
Yeah, well, I think we're getting Jimmy sooner or later, especially with this cage match coming up. I think we might get a lot of crazy shit on Friday. But folks, get your rating out of 10 in on the show. We want to know how you felt about it, and let us know what you thought of tonight's festivities. Very interesting show. Lots of good stuff in there. Fast show. Went fast. We were surprised how quick it was. We got to 11. So Safi giving an 8.5. Bronson Reed is going crazy. I love Bronson Reed, really. I think he's doing really good things.
Oh, 100%. And yeah, when you have a whole first hour commercial free, it tends to move through the show pretty fast.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people talking about the picture of it. Dave Bautista, I guess he decided to thin out so he would get more roles. He wouldn't just get the muscle, like the beefy guy roles. He looks like a whole new human being.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this as a fat man. Don't be mad at Dave Bautista just because he lost weight because you can't. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Okay. Because I don't get the fucking issue. They're like, oh, you don't look like Dave Bautista. It's cool. He lost weight.
Well, I mean, he's thin. I mean, it wasn't like he was overweight. He was a jack dude.
Yes, but
again,
honestly, Dave Bautista might be one of the best actors that was a former pro wrestler out of anybody. So him doing shit like that, I'm fine with.
I understand. I don't think anyone's faulting for it, or maybe they are. But I mean, at the end of the day, I think that. What's that?
I just said, oh, there's a good chunk that are.
Yeah, but again, he looks insane. Like if you're used to seeing this gigantic man for decades, and then all of a sudden he shows up like 80 pounds later in a pearl necklace, we got questions.
I saw one to where somebody put out there a picture of like it was him
Randy
when they dated and when he was 18 and everything like that. And he had a fucking flat top and everything like that, like goddamn pin play.
Did you see the one with like Batista and Randy? Like Randy was the skinny guy back in the day. Now Batista,
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, and now Randy's swole and Batista's thin.
Fuck it.
7 out of 10. Big Bronson Reed is doing fantastic. I did say a smart thing. I personally said I'm bored with Jay. I didn't claim that no one liked Jay. You said he was stale. That's why. That's why I argued with you. So the counter was he's not stale. Wrestling for Life are the only people who I felt like keep it 100 about All Out. Everyone else was calling it great. Not everyone, but a lot of people were. When they know damn well it was a shit part. Again, people are going to be biased. And again, people are going to say they're unscripted and they're not toxic and they're not this and they're not that and they're full of shit. And that's the way it is. They're full of shit. And apparently you can have two guys walk around a wrestling ring and just stab each other with stuff. And that's enough to make a good wrestling match. But Nick and I are going to always keep it 100.
Yeah, well, you got some people that even say that they're journalists and everything like that.
Yeah.
that'll still be 100%. There's goddamn AEW PR people. Because we still haven't even talked about how fitting that you can't have an AEW all out or all in weekend without some backstage bullshit happening.
It's crazy. So apparently there was a bit of an altercation and security.
We heard when we were live that it was Sammy and Malachi. I've heard that was since not the case, that it was
like Malachi and a producer,
said unnamed wrestler and said, backstage producer, personality, what have you, that was quote unquote a nothing burger from fightforever.com and everything, AWPR. Meanwhile, you had security guards running to the situation, so clearly it was fucking something. So
yeah. Something, right? I mean, again, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, and I think JR said it, like he was talking about the pictures of Gunther and Randy and the Wyatt 6 pre one of the shows that recently, I think it was Berlin or whatever, and it leaked out. And JR kind of hit the nail on the head with the idea that anybody that is leaking like behind the scenes shit are assholes and need to knock it off. Whether it's the fighting, whether it's people planning shit out, like you try and keep some kayfabe alive. Don't be complete dicks.
Right.
Wanting more. There you go. TK is probably going to announce soon the show called Shockwave. Yeah, we talked about that a lot tonight. We'll find out. 7 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10. Braun and Reed need to literally trash the whole venue. Yeah, they're going to need something. And somebody asked what they do with Ilya now. Ilya's just breaking into WWE main roster. He's a over superstar. He's got lots of runway. Again, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's still going to put on banger upon banger of matches and everything like that. Like,
he'll bounce back.
That's the thing is you can't have everyone go over all at the same time. So which one would you like to? Are you gonna bitch because you didn't go over? You're gonna bitch because Jade didn't go over. Which one is it gonna be?
Right. 8 out of 8 at 0.5 out of 10. Time for Saw 3 on Sci-Fi. There you go. 7.5 out of 10 for Raw. Some filler but fun. You're laughing. Cliffhanger tease. I like it. I want a takeover in BMO Field in Toronto. Fair enough. I like that place. Solid Raw. I agree. It was a solid Raw. I'll give you that. WWE left your lead in the with blue balls. So Jay ain't beating Steiner. I don't know. We're torn on that one. 7.25 out of 10. Nick, what did you think of this one? 8.
7.5.
I'm right there with you. Like 7, 7.5.
Yeah, I really wanted this to be like an 8.5. This 7.5.
Yeah, I think Richard, our buddy RM in the chat, kind of broke down some of like the flaws. Like,
yeah, I caught that when I was on the pause. Yeah,
a little bit of fluffy matches. Again, there was some stuff it could have been better. Like, if some of the matches we had tonight were better, the overall, the main event was really good. I don't mind a 7.5 on this one. 125 likes. I do like a lot. I really do.
That's the truth.
9.5. Fabulous show. Lisa loves it. 10 out of 10. I struggled. KJ mentioned Trish. Could be the TBD. I love it. See, money. I was almost like 10. You're crazy. But hey, Raw is an 8.
Right.
Saying Jay becoming stale. We've got that one. All right, let's scroll down to the bottom. Last call on the chat, folks. But we will remind everybody, Alan Lizard just screwed you, Nick.
I don't know what he did, but I do like this, though, from the 444 saying, great live, fellas. The KJ rants are starting to become my favorite part of the
show. Gilly, I love you, by the way. Gilly, nothing but love. I'm sorry I said your head was in your bum.
No, he's not. No.
Not a little bit.
You weren't supposed to agree with me. You weren't supposed to agree with me there.
We just finished talking about how we call it 100. Like, what can I do? I can't lie.
Fucking lie.
8 out of 10. Batista pearl necklaces. But yeah, I'll go with you. 7.5 seems fair for tonight. 8 out of 10 for me. That's fair.
I don't need pearl clutching over people over Dave Batista wearing pearls. I'll put it that way.
It's just such a weird visual. Like
If no one can be mad about Matthew and Nicholas Jackson wearing pearls, why the fuck are we mad about Dave wearing pearls?
It just looks so like this.
It's because he's a scary individual.
It just looks like he found meth and pearls.
No, it's because he looked like he would fuck up the drapes to how are your drapes.
But he used to look like a guy that like, holy shit, don't upset that man. Now you're just like,
steroids are a thing.
I guess they flush.
Trend is a thing. You can do gear.
That off to Randy. Like, here you have him.
When Randy's getting introduced as like 280, and he's like, keep going.
Yeah. Again, like I said, and you did say it, he's been in really good movie roles, like more dramatic roles. And again, it's hard to be.
Dave's the best actor out of every wrestler. Like Dwayne can suck a fat one compared to what Dave's done, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, again, different take. I mean, listen, I think John is better.
Dax, or you get fucking Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy versus fucking CSI guy or CIA guy from Fast and the Furious.
I think that John's done a better job than The Rock overall, as far as like the more comedic chops and stuff, like putting them in. That's my only thing there. And again, if Batista thinks that, imagine you really want to do a role, but all the director sees is this big muscle-bound dummy. So I get it. I
liked how you didn't argue that Dwayne was better than Dave. You just argued that John was better than Dwayne. So Dwayne's even third on the totem pole.
Well, I mean, Dwayne. I mean, there's a couple of
third on the totem pole.
Like Pain and Gain, Dwayne was good, really good, funny. I love him in that movie.
Yeah, he plays a good dumbass, I guess. Then you get CIA and it wasn't good. You get, Rampage and it wasn't good. You get Black Adam and it wasn't good.
Again, he gets credit with a lot of like, look at all the money I made, but he's in a lot of blockbusters, and I get it. That fucking, what was the one, the disaster movie where the place fell apart? It was the fucking worst movie ever. The earthquake one.
Rampage? No, that's the one with the giant ass gorilla.
But like the earthquake one was so bad, and the guy was supposed to be a hero, but all he cared about was like himself.
Oh yeah, I know a bit of what. Yeah, that's the thing is,
it doesn't matter.
Dwayne's honestly the Miz of fucking wrestling actors. He just signs the biggest deals. Like John's been better in Peacemaker and Suicide Squad,
right?
And shit.
Yes. That movie was so bad.
Oh yeah, that was trash. It was so bad we forgot about it.
Last one I'll throw out, and then we'll say goodbye to everyone. It's getting late. Was it the Tower? Was it the Tower where the Tower, like it was like a really bad version of like Die Hard, of like the terrorists take over? Like, what was? It doesn't matter. They all
fair enough.
The other guys was good though. He's good with him, and Kevin Hart make me laugh.
He's been good in a few. Moana, and what can I say except you're welcome? But then for every Moana, there's 10 bullshit movies.
I to your point, I think Batista's taken on some better roles. So at the end of the day, folks, I can't give him Skyscraper, not Tower. Yeah, it was shit too.
Yeah, one's been in Skyscraper, the other's been in Skyfall. Let's fucking separate the difference here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it. But ladies and gentlemen, that is Raw. Thank you for sticking it out. It's been a fun one. We are back tomorrow for NXT, and then here all week long for all your favorite wrestling. Again, the most fucking unscripted, uncensored, unbiased channel out there, and we are growing by the minute. Be a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for all the support and love, and do not miss NXT tomorrow. Big Nick, that's all I got.
Yeah, and we're always walking tall out here, but our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is all authentic. And when you're talking about that wrestling, you better aim for the bushes.
Aim for the bushes, and we'll see you on the flip side. Good night. I'm a peacock. You got to let me fly.